our first caller, man. That's what's up. Thank you for that. I'm gonna turn the mic over to you. First question I'm gonna ask you is lying and deception okay? And then you can just go ahead and let us know what's on your mind concerning this final experiment and everything in the flat earth community.
Well, respect to everybody out there. Enough love. Flat power.
Black power, thank you.
The only time I'm gonna do them type of things is if to save my life. So if my life ain't on the line, and I don't need to do no lying or no deceiving. It's as simple as that. And regards to what's going on out there, I can't keep up anymore. I only know what I know. I can't explain what's going on with all these experiments, because it's like one experiment explains this one does this one does that. It's like all I can do is when I walk out there, to me it's flat. And to anybody else who don't think it's flat, you've had to been taught the opposite. If it was just down to you and your senses, you'd be saying it's flat. So that's all I can really say on them ones.
Well, we appreciate that input. And if there's anything else, man, go ahead. The floor is on you. And when you're done, I'm gonna take over and I'm gonna go ahead and start. Whatever I got for them. I got a couple of things, but yeah, whatever on your mind. We haven't done this in a while. I've been gone for a minute, so I decided to, you know. And then if you want to stand by, we can wait for the end, man, and we can get you in on a round table at the end. So thank you, Dwayne.
Yeah, it's been crazy when you're not on. It's like there's nothing to click on. Like I'm looking at.
I've been hearing that.
It's a weird one to explain, because it's like you go onto your channel and there's nothing there, and you're like, no, you almost have a little breakdown thinking, what else can I go and look for? And you try and look for other stuff, and there's a few things out there, but nothing that's as real as this. So it's one of them. But as regards to anything else on my mind, it's just over here. I'm from the UK.
Salutes to the UK.
For some reason, don't know what's going on out here, but everyone's losing like energy. Everyone just feels sluggish. Everyone just got no motivation. Like normally I'm up in the morning, but right about now, I just can't be bothered to get up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether it's just energies and frequencies, but everybody's just tired and sluggish and back pains and not wanting to do what they normally do. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna keep on here for a bit.
Okay. Thank you. I will be rotating callers in and out. I will be rotating callers in and out. So just stand by if you're in a waiting room. A lot of people saw a post that I put out in the community section when I said Jeran officially denounced flat earth, because a lot of people still don't get it. All right. The man is officially a globe earther, and he's not no admitted globe earther. He's just saying he's not a flat earther, but he's basically debunking flat earth now. And when he's debunking flat earth, he's making the same globe earth argument that the earth is just a big old ball. And yes, everywhere you measure on this earth is going to be flat, but that's because the ball is so big, which is why he said
25,000 Home Depots.
25,000 Home Depots. Everywhere you measure inside those 25,000 Home Depots is going to be flat, right?
I've measured it flat.
So he's measured it flat.
There is no curvature on Earth. Okay.
And he said that even though it ain't no curvature on the earth, why? Because earth would be the inside of those Home Depots. And we would measure everywhere inside of there flat. But he said, what if those Home Depots was on top of a big ball? You would never measure the curve, because inside of that Home Depot, it'll measure everywhere flat. And if inside the Home Depot is Earth, that's flat Earth. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro.
Stupid.
So here is I don't know if y'all can see this. Let's go big screen. All right. So one thing I want to say is this. What I don't like is this. Right? It's so much that I got to say, I don't know where to start. So I'm taking my time. Hit the like and share button on your way in. Now, let me say this about the AE map. I want to say that the AE map has not been debunked. Sanchez, what you mean, man? Flat Earth ain't been debunked, but the AE map been debunked, Sanchez. Listen, the AE map has not been debunked. Here is what's been debunked. We got to be clear that the AE map has not been debunked and that the circling sun have been debunked. What I don't like about Jeranism, he's so egotistical, narcissistic, that he can't say, I was wrong about the circling sun over the AE map. He got to try to tear the whole AE map down as if he invented it. Now, hear me out. If someone take this map right here and they put a sun and moon over it, that's something that they're doing. The man that made this map, he didn't put a sun and moon over it. So how are you debunking this map? That's the question you got to ask. Now, people think that I'm going to stop rocking the AE map. You're wrong. I'm going to show you why, man. Every time y'all see me using the AE map, guess what? You don't see a sun and moon over it. You see that map right there? It has not been debunked. You know why? Do you see a circling sun over it? No. Do you see a sun circling over the flat power gear? You don't. You can't debunk this map unless you put the circling sun and moon over it. Why? Because if Sanchez make a crime rate map, if I come out with a map and it got the statistics of crime rate on the map, and the map is just to show you the crime rate in this particular area, just say the world crime rate all over the world, and it's going to be red if it's more crime, blue if it's less, and it'll fluctuate with colors, right? Boom, that's the map. Now, if somebody say, I'm going to take the crime rate map, right? And I'm going to take the crime rate map and I'm going to put a sun and moon, right, over this crime rate map. And if the sun and moon don't work a certain way over that crime rate map, then the hell with that crime rate map. That ain't the way it worked. The hell with your sun and moon over it. That map is accurate when it comes to the purposes of why the map was built. Now, guess what the map is, y'all? It is an azimuth equidistant projection map. This shows how all of the magnetic ley lines go to the North Pole and expand outward. And that's correct. That's correct. The person that made this map, the purposes of why they made it, they got it correct. Let me give a shout out to Leonard Robinson. Thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate that, my brother. We appreciate the love right there. And he says, salute brother Sanchez, Flat Power, Mobile, Alabama in the house. That's what's up. So thank y'all so much for all of your support. We do have a goal that we trying to reach to keep the show extended. As you can see, little icon should be in the top of the chat room. But back to what I was saying. The man that made this map, he made this map just to show you the azimuthal equidistant projection. And he got that right. He didn't get that wrong. Listen, people, if Sanchez make a map for one purpose and that map serves that purpose, ain't nothing wrong with that map, man. And people gotta quit. Instead of somebody saying, you know what, I was wrong for putting a sun and moon on this man map because he didn't put one on it. You see what I'm saying? He didn't when considering that, when he see different maps serve different purposes. And they only got to be accurate for the purpose of what the map serves. There are certain maps that won't be accurate on certain things, but will be accurate on others. You see what I'm saying? And it's just whatever kind of map that is. Let me give a shout out to Big Dog Philly. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. So people, I'm just saying, it's very clear. This map still gonna serve the purpose of the azimuth equidistant projections. Is right about that. And that's the name of the map. It ain't the circle and sun map. It ain't the Jeranism map or the flat earth model or none of that. And the crazy thing about it, the dude that made this map, he didn't even make it with flat earth in mind. Even though it is, you know, flat earth, he didn't name it the flat earth map or nothing like that. He named it the azimuth equidistant projection. Why? Because the most important thing about this map is these lines that you see on it. These lines that you see. You see those lines? Those are the azimuthal projection lines. They're equally distant apart. That's why it's called equidistant. Equi is equal. Equality. Distant is showing you each one of these magnetic ley lines is perfectly, they equal in measure. So the earth is intelligently designed because when you study the way the magnetism flow with the earth, it's like a spider web. And if we look at a spider web in nature, we know that something intelligently designed a spider web. So why wouldn't we think the same about the universe when we get all of these sacred geometrical shapes that come from intelligent consciousness, sentient consciousness? So this right here has nothing to do. The man that made this probably have no clue on how the sun work or moon work. That's a whole nother conversation within itself. The conversation that we should be having about this map is, did he get the azimuthal equidistant projections right? Because if you can prove that this man who made this AE map got the azimuthal projections wrong, we got to throw this map away. But just because Jeran put a sun and moon over this thing, just because Jeran did that and he got that wrong, man, we ain't got to trash this man's work. The man that made this map didn't put no sun and moon over it. Shout out to Dolph Obama. Said, welcome back, Sanchez. Salute to you, fam. Thank you so much. Let's do another poll. And if someone think lying and immoral is okay, then come on up, click the link and explain. We'll be letting callers on throughout the show. So what was I gonna do? I'm gonna make another poll, right? We got two questions. Is the AE map debunked? Is lying and deception immoral? Is lying and deception immoral? Is the AE map debunked? Let's take a caller and then I'll hop back to some of my AE map ranting and we'll play some Jeran clips and we'll go to reading Jeran's message that he put where he's denouncing flat Earth. That's all coming up right here in a minute. That's all coming up right here in a minute. Let's take another caller.
25,000 Home Depots.
Let's take another caller. We're going to take another caller.
Please like and share the video. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Be sure to select all so that you can receive notifications every time we go live and upload to the channel.
Salutes to everybody in the chat room. We taking another caller. Zetetic Warrior. Are you able to cam up? Mic check. You able to cam up? Thank you.
Yeah, let me see what I got here.
But yeah, you can take over the floor. It's a pleasure to have you on. Your name definitely ring bells around here. You already know I know who you are, and that you already been fighting on the side of the truth. You don't need a big introduction. We respect you over here, my brother. So I'm gonna turn the mic right over to you and let you give us what you got for us. We all ears.
Blessings to you, bro Sanchez, and blessings to the audience. Where to begin? Let's start off with the AE map that you were just showing everybody. Agreed. A map is basically a projection of a gridded longitude and latitude. And that one in particular was showing the latitude lines. It is nothing more, nothing less. Any model that has been ascribed to that map was merely placed on it by what I dub the flat earth gatekeeping community that we have seen here prominently on YouTube since 2015. Prominent among that community is, of course, one Mr. Jeran Campanella. Now, one of the goals, I believe, of this so-called final experiment was to basically debunk or in some way devalue this map along with the flat earth community in general. Now, when we look at a map, we associate it with time zones and, of course, navigation. This AE map seems to be the best map for celestial navigation, okay? But one thing we know about the celestial bodies is basically the point I've been trying to make to Jeran for months now, and the point that you made to Jeran at the same time I did, is that the celestial bodies, whether it's the sun, the moon, the stars, or the so-called planets, cannot be triangulated from any map or any globe, meaning to say the celestial bodies are what is called apparent. The way we view these bodies is dependent on your position on Earth. Nothing more, nothing less. So whether one ascribes to a globe or any flat Earth maps, we know that the celestial bodies and the heavens we observe are not as simple as these flat Earth gatekeepers would like us to believe. Now, I conjecture that these gatekeepers promoted a map and a model for certain purposes. One, obviously financial, and we can go from there. Because once you have a model, you can brand Flat Earth. You become Flat Earth Inc. You can then promote things like apps, like the app that David Weiss promotes, and which is supported by all of these confederates among this gatekeeping community, Jeran primary amongst those. So this final experiment was merely an attempt to present a false dichotomy in which they straw man each flat earther into a particular model, and then based off a celestial observation, which cannot be substantiated, cannot be proven, cannot be measured, cannot be repeated, debunk this basically reified, begging the question model in an effort to smear all flat earthers in general. Now we have the next stage in their plan, with Jeran now coming out yesterday saying that the flat earth community is a, quote, dangerous cult. Now, this I believe has been the plan all along with Jeran, since at least the beginning of his association with Will Duffy and potentially prior to that.
The whole thing about him coming up saying we're a dangerous cult now is going to segue into another topic that I wanted to point out was, hey, man, you took a map. You put a sun and moon over it. No one told you to do that. You found out you were wrong, okay? And because everyone in the flat earth community don't want to just readily accept the Antarctica footage, we're a dangerous cult now, you know? And the crazy thing about it is he was saying that the globe earthers were a dangerous cult, right? And if you feel like we're a dangerous cult, why would you now go and be cool and in collaboration with the globe earthers? If you don't like dangerous cults, you wouldn't mess with neither side. You wouldn't mess with us or them if you felt like we're both a dangerous cult. But my thing is this right here about this final experiment. You want to come back and everyone that don't accept the footage and we want to scrutinize it and investigate why it ain't no footprints, why it ain't no breath coming out of Witsit mouth. Well, all of our investigations, what you think was going to happen once you do something that everyone can't verify for themselves. This is the purpose of us doing experiments that everyone can do versus just like NASA, a few men going to space. And when a few men go to space and say, well, it's a globe, what you think we're going to do? We're going to scrutinize the videos. We're going to sift through the photos and say, hey, what about this? What about that? Because why? We didn't go to space. They did. And human beings don't just take stuff like that. But that'll be, I'm going to tell you what I don't get, right? If I went to Antarctica, and I know that I didn't do nothing wrong and I was an honest person and this footage is legit, you know what I would tell people? Investigate it all you want to. I don't care. I'm glad you investigating it. You ain't gonna find nothing because I know that the footage is legit. That's how a person talk when the footage ain't legit. But the way they act and make people want to investigate it more because it's like, hey, man, why are y'all looking into it and all that? The same reason Jeran was looking into NASA's footage when he was a flat earther. I mean, we want to prove all things, right, Christians? Didn't the Bible say that? So the fact that you got a pastor that funded this trip who teaches lying and deception, and when you scrutinize the footage, they get defensive. Remember that the Bible say, prove all things. So a pastor who really teaching the Bible should be telling Christians, prove that the video footage is fake. I'll wait. And he should be confident if he's honest, not scary and defensive. So Zetetic warrior, if you want to stick around, you can, co-host or whatever. If you want to stick around with me, man.
Yeah, I'll stick around. I got time.
All right. And yeah, I'll keep you on the call and we'll bring in some more people one at a time as we go out through the show. But I want to share some more stuff. We want to unpack this with me if you want to. So what I'm saying about Jeran is he's acting like a baby. Before I read this, I want to point something out. If you found out you was wrong about your circling sun over the AE map, okay, man. Like you said, go back to the drawing board and figure it out. Don't get mad if every flat earther don't want to go back to the drawing board and figure it out with you. Because when you came out with the circling sun claim, you was by yourself. So you need to go back to the drawing board by yourself. And see, Jeran is looking for a reason to turn on the flat earth community. And the flat earth community ain't really giving Jeran a reason to do that. Because I was shocked at how many flat earthers still love Jeran. After this whole final experiment, Jeran went live, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was kind of in my feelings because I was like, you know what? Flat earthers ain't missed a beat. It's like he haven't done nothing. They still like, it's like he haven't done nothing wrong. You know, the flat earthers are still like, just wait till the footage come out, man. You know, they rocking with Jeran. And Jeran is just talking so much crap about the flat earthers. Like, and I'm like, well, dog, that's kind of crazy because even after all this, the flat earthers rocking with you and you still talking crap about them. And then it hit me. Yep, they paid Jeran off. They paid him off to turn on this community. It ain't enough just to do a hit piece. What Jeran got to do after this hit piece, he got to go on the Joe Rogans. He got to make his rounds around the big platforms. And you know what he gonna be? The flat earth victim that would fell victim to this dangerous cult. And he was so brainwashed, right? By this dangerous cult. And there's so many other people in it. That's what it's finna be. It's not gonna stop. Jeran is putting himself in a position to be a combatant against flat earth versus a person that says, well, I thought the earth was flat, but I saw something that got me scratching my head. Let me go back to the drawing board. He ain't going back to the drawing board. He going to the battlefield against the people who, before he went on that trip, he was cool with them. He was cool with them. So something on that trip was like, okay, we got to hit this campaign after this. He's been briefed on how to move after this. Don't do no more interviews with flat earthers. You are now the media, puppet. And I'm telling you, I think that he's going to make his rounds and he's going to be the crybaby flat earther who goes around and say how he get bullied by flat earthers, how it's so dangerous and violent, and they're just such a, stubborn cult that should be stopped. That's what they're horrible people is what Jeran is about to go on. And it's going to be, oh, Jeran, come cry on my shoulder. We got to stop those bad guys. That's what this is about to be. Now, let's read. Let me turn my heater down a little. Let's read. It says, what my hope was once I saw it was a fact that the sun circles the observer. I thought FE would realize we were wrong and step back. Stop right there. Who is we? Who is we? Why don't he say, I thought that all of the flat earthers who believe in the circling sun was wrong? Right there is the part where I say he's an agent because you're trying to throw the whole flat earth community under the bus with your mistake. Everyone in the flat earth community know that every flat earther in the world didn't go with the doggone circling sun model. I know that because I've debated several flat earthers and defended Jeran's model. Why? Because I didn't never question Jeran's model, but I wasn't stuck to no model. Only thing I'm stuck to is that the earth is flat. Now, there are several different models when it comes to what the sun do. And I don't shoot either one of them down. I would share multiple ones on one stream and let the people decide which one is best. Because I never really thought we had to be accurate about what the stars do. A flat earther just got to be accurate that the earth is flat. That's why you're called a flat earther. So, we're going to break this down, but that first sentence is very, very much so a red flag and showing you how everything he's doing is to throw this whole community under the bus with a mistake that he made. And what Jeran is trying to make it like we're so stubborn, we won't admit the truth, but he won't admit the truth that not everybody was going along with the circle sun. That's the deceptive and dirty part. Like, if Jeran want everyone who went with the circle sun to be honest, I feel him on that. I'm with him on that. If you was teaching the circle sun over the AE map, you need to admit to your people, hey, man, that was wrong. Maybe some of the claims that these other flat earthers were saying about the sun we should consider them now, because people was telling Jeran different concepts about the sun other than what he was saying. He just kept shooting them down. And it's one thing to shoot them down, but to act like they don't exist is satanic, man. That is wicked, bro. To get in front of the public and act like every flat earther was just following you and your model, when people was trying to debate you on your model, bro. And that's when I say, well, Jeran is acting like an agent right now. And I don't care how you feel about that. So this next part says he thought that we would get some Zoom meetings together and start figuring it out. Instead, they just yelled fake. Well, think about this, man. You had high expectations, and again, that's your fault, Jeran. Jeran, the same community that you taught to question all video footage, Jeran, you remember this? When we're debunking NASA and the ISS, when we're going through all of this space footage, we are very critical of this footage that we're getting from NASA and stuff. And what I don't like about flat earthers like Jeran, they want us to be very critical of NASA's footage, but not theirs. Why do you, and see, if we weren't critical of this Antarctica footage, then guess what, Zetetic warrior? We would be acting like a cult then, because Jeran is saying we're acting like a cult. But I think it's just the opposite. If flat earthers scrutinize and we're very critical of NASA's footage, but we don't do that to a flat earther, then we're a cult. But the fact that flat earthers are questioning Jeran's footage, just like we do with NASA's, we ain't a cult. We're equal. You want us to be a cult so we don't question you. Yeah, go ahead.
You're exactly right. The globe is the cult. A cult is basically a group of individuals, however small or large, that follows a leader, follows a doctrine, orthodoxy, without question, without scrutiny. That's the globe. The entirety of society is following the academics, the so-called scientists, the priests, NASA, and everything else from the top down. That's the cult. We're the community who is scrutinizing the information, using our God-given abilities of critical thought, logic, reasoning, to actually examine the world around us objectively. The globe is the cult. The flat earth community is the complete opposite. What Jeran is evidencing is classic controlled opposition. What you do is you basically foment an issue, a problem, okay? Then when there's a reaction, you then play the victim, all right? It's just like an NFL football game. The referee usually doesn't see the initial penalty. It's the retaliation. This is what Jeran and whoever his co-conspirators are up to. It's classic gaslighting, classic controlled opposition. It's exactly what one would do if there's information that would be, let's say, delicate and threatening to the control structure. So what else to do? Implant your basically agents, have them become endeared to the community, let them build popularity, and then, of course, change the narrative to suit the agenda of the controllers. This is what we're seeing here, in my belief.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing that. I can go along with that. He said that we should get some Zoom meetings together and start figuring it out. And my thing is, this man came back from Antarctica with a poem that was so long. It was so crazy. It's like, bro, that poem was longer than the Marianas Trench, dude. It's like, And it was so boring and just, oh man, don't even get me thinking about it. But I'm like, how do you get right back from Antarctica with a long poem? What were you doing over there, writing poetry? I'm a poet, y'all. I'm literally a published poet. You can Google my work online. And the crazy thing about it is, I know that if you're writing poetry, it takes a minute. You get in your zone and all that. And I'm like, where you had time at in Antarctica to write poetry at? You come back with this long whack ass poem, sir, you know, and he just came back a Home Depot earther. And if there are any Home Depot earthers that are among us, we would like to hear from you guys. Let me acknowledge some of these super chats real quick, if y'all don't mind.
25,000 Home Depots.
Let me see here. Shout out to my brother, One World, One Hood. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate you, OG One World. Shout out to Sinana. Said, grateful for you, brother. Wholeness and balance vibrations to you, yours and ours. Thank you so much.
It's anybody with any intelligence realizes that the sun cannot be going around somebody in Antarctica and the earth be flat.
Okay, so let me finish. Hold on a second. Let me finish reading this. If y'all want to join, click the link that's pinned to the top. If you are in the waiting room, I'll be with you in a minute. All right, so this says that instead they just yelled fake. Okay. Not everybody yell fake too, by the way. That's another thing that the flat earth community is split up about. A lot of people is saying it's all fake, and half of the community saying it's not fake, but it still don't prove nothing. So, I don't know why Jeran want to make it like all flat earthers saying it's fake and all flat earthers was going along with it. That's what the media would love for it to be. And he just painting this thing in such a way that make me really think he's a double agent. Especially when you consider the fact that he has an IMDb and he has a history of doing hit pieces. So it goes on to say, they accuse me of the worst crime against humanity. What, faking footage? He acts like a little baby. I swear he acts like a little baby, man. They accuse me of the worst crime against... How is that the worst crime against humanity that maybe they faked the footage? Especially when a pastor who teaches lying and deception funded the whole thing. Shout out to Astro 40K. Thank you so much, you guys, for the donations. I really appreciate it. Astro 40 said, welcome back. Flat Power salutes, camera looking crisp. Can you drop the link, by the way? Okay, yeah, I'll drop the call-in link once again, and we will be bringing people in to the bill throughout the show. I want to get through this crybaby ladder. This is crazy. He's acting like flat earthers doing so much to him. We ain't done nothing to you that you ain't do to Globers and NASA. All right? And you don't get special treatment. We're going to be critical of anything given to us, and we ain't letting our guard down just because it's Jeran. Like, and you shouldn't want us to, because guess what? Whatever happened to don't take my word for it, prove it yourself and do your own research. Whatever happened to that? We went from that to, oh, you don't believe us? Then you guys are ridiculous. You guys are dishonest. You're horrible people. That's where we at now. So he said, and they refuse to admit they are wrong and apologize. Think about this, right? He's trying to flip it. This is some reverse psychology. He's wrong about the fact that a sun observation changes the measurements that he measured on the ground.
I've measured it flat.
I've measured it flat.
There is no curvature on Earth. There is
Okay.
no curvature on Earth. There is no curvature on Earth. Okay.
All right. So if Jeran measured it flat and there is no curvature on Earth, is the Earth just gonna ball up because you saw the sun do something? So flat earthers are still gonna be flat earthers until you measure the curve. And how is that dishonest? See, what's going on is Jeran really ain't got no beef with the flat earth community, but he got to create some beef because he's a double agent that's about to be activated, and he's about to be making his rounds to throw this community under the bus after this experiment. And in order for him to really sell us out and to follow along with this, he got to make beef. This is the second phase of the final experiment, to come back and now wage war from within. And that's what he's doing. See, a lot of people don't know how agents work. It says, well, you're about to hear it here first. I am no longer a flat earther. Now, if you want proof that flat earth is a dangerous cult, watch what happens because I said those words. Think about it. I'm saying this 1 7-word sentence. I'm no longer a flat earther, and you're about to see people flip the heck out. Now, think about this, y'all. And he said they will call me names. Yeah, think about this, Jeran. I was raised in the Christian church. And the moment I left the church and turned my back on the Bible, guess what they call me, Zetetic warrior? They call me a backslider. You think I'm going to be mad at Christians for having names for people who don't stay with them? If you join anything and you turn on that thing and that thing then turn on you first, there are names that go along with it, man. Even in the United States military, if I join the military and all of a sudden I hop ship and now I'm over on the enemy side and I'm talking crap about America, yeah, so many people gonna say he a traitor, he a turncoat. It's one thing to say, I no longer rock with America no more, but to go stand with America's enemies and talk crap about America makes you a traitor, sir. It's okay to say, I don't rock with America no more. I don't think my country is all that. It's a lot of Americans that think that we can do better. But to go with the enemy and talk crap about America, yes, that goes. What you think? See, Jeran think he's so special. He think he's so special, man. Welcome to the world, sir. People have titles for people that do stuff that what you did. It's okay. If you're a Cowboys fan and you say, I don't rock with the Cowboys no more, and you go to the Packers and you go to talking crap about the Cowboys, what you think people in Dallas gonna call you? Oh, he a traitor, man. He used to be with us, now he with them. But let's just say you're a Cowboys fan and you say, I don't like the Cowboys no more, and you just ain't nobody else fan. You just don't take no sides after that. You just say, man, forget about it now. Ain't nobody in Dallas gonna call you a traitor because you was a Cowboys fan and you don't really like them no more. But if you was a Cowboys fan and now you with the Packers because that's their rival, and now you talking crap about them, then yeah, Dallas people gonna say you're a traitor now. And you can't be mad at them for that, you know. Because I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. And the day that I become a Chicago Bears fan, I know that all of my cheesehead people gonna say, oh, he's a traitor. And I'm gonna be okay with that. I trade it to the opponent's side. So, people are calling him names and he's acting like a little boy. Like, dude, flat earthers get called more names than anybody. Welcome to life, dude. So he's saying that people are a dangerous cult because they call you names, but he's friends with the guy who coined the word flurf. Make that make sense. He's friends with a bunch of guys who call us flurfs. And he's so mad that people calling him a traitor. Like that people calling him names. If the pastor of a church say he's no longer a Christian, that's one thing. But if he say no longer, I'm not also, I'm not a Christian, but I'm a Satanist now, and I don't even rock with Christ, and he start blaspheming Christ. Yeah, they gonna say, man, he's a traitor. So, but Jeran cares a lot about what people say too. And I think that's why he don't want to be a flat earther no more, because when he was lashing out on the flat earth community, it was all about how stupid we look. And, it was just a bunch of crybaby stuff,
Hey, salutes, bro. Can you hear me good?
I can hear you good. Salutes.
Hey, man. Salute, bro. Welcome back. Glad
Thank
to
you.
see you on these YouTube streets. I want to speak about the situation with the guy who, I think he been an agent from the beginning. A lot of people don't understand the differences between who's who in the flat Earth community. We got the other flat Earth community people who came in with the whole Christian movement thing. That's a whole nother different society. Even though some of those people understand the way we understand, it's a different type of flat Earth. This comes with the cosmology. We believe it as above, so below. So we can take the cosmology from the Earth and we can actually start to understand things about ourselves if we looking at as above, so below, and other scientific methods that we can put together. We're looking at the stars above and then observing those with things below, or we can observe things below and correlate those with things above. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, rather than coming into this thing with a terminology of this is flat earth, and I think that's become more of people represent flat earth like a football team instead of having an understanding to understand what this is all about. And I think that's the difference. And we shouldn't allow agents to be able to come into our community and separate it with these uh, put together tactics that they have. Because this is some agent stuff, and we supposed to be able to recognize this if we claim it flat earth. So this shouldn't be no division or distraction amongst us, but it is, and man, it's a teaching moment. So I'm glad for you showing this, man, and this flat motherfucking power. Salutes to y'all, man. Much love and respect, bro. You already know.
I appreciate that love, my brother. You know it's love right back to you. Much respect to you. And Key, I'm gonna have a round table in a minute with every caller on, and you already know I'm gonna bring you right back in after I review these clips and shit. Salutes.
Salute.
Shout out to my brother Thug Rob. Thank you so much for the support, my brother. He said, have a good day, big bro. Appreciate that, man. People, I saw a globe earther in the chat room say Jeran did experiments and proved that it's flat. Well, and proved that it's not flat. What about the experiments that he did that proved that it is flat? Like I said, you can't trust a person that keep proving both sides, and that when the flat earthers are supporting and lacing his pockets, he proving it's flat. And then when the globe earthers are lacing his pockets, he proving it's a globe. It seemed like both sides ought to realize he just doing what the money say do. My whole thing is, you can show an experiment right now like the final experiment, but that ain't really an experiment. That's a observation. A couple of people went to Antarctica and saw the sun do something that they thought it was not gonna do. But I never saw the ground do what I didn't think it was gonna do. The ground still level, you dummies. When the ground stopped doing what I think it's gonna do, which is stay flat, then I'll denounce flat earth. I'll denounce flat earth when you make the ground do when you measure a curve on the ground. So you didn't measure a curve on the ground, but we did see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. But the 24-hour sun isn't a measurement of the curve on the ground. I don't know why y'all think it is. That's very weird.
What's happening, broski? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Good to hear from you. You got the floor.
Likewise. Yeah, nah, bro. Definitely been tapping in recently, just seeing what you was on with the exposing the Jeranism situation and shit like that. Cause mind you, I had been away for a little minute, so I ain't even know all that was going on. And then once I seen you, you know what I'm saying, show what Buddy has been on, I'm like, hell no, it's like another one, G. One of the motherfuckers you think solid, motherfuckers then cold came over here and told us one thing, then went back totally in the reverse fashion. And it's crazy to do that because it's like, I wouldn't even have an issue with that if these was all your same arguments before you became a flat earther, but it wasn't. Like, you can't just flip-flop sides and shit like that. Like, motherfuckers can't be like, oh, I see this as a lie. Wait, nah, no, I don't see it. It's not a lie. It's like, that's a lie. It's like, all right, now your ass just disingenuous. And it's like, you're not credible at that point. Like, at this point, this nigga credibility is killed.
Mm-hmm.
You can't believe what the fuck he's saying.
No profanity, but you good.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, you know, you can't. Like, basically, it's and it gotta be integrity in you in the words in which you saying. And people can feel BS when they hear it. It's like, if it don't come from the soul, it ain't heartfelt. And it's like, we knew you was telling the truth when you came to us with the I know the earth is flat stuff based on how you was attacking the people that was claiming it to be a globe. You went on many debates and all that other kind of stuff proving it's a flat. Now, all of a sudden, all those debates that you won was in vain, huh? Really, the other people that you was going against won, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's
you
like
know, it's like Jeran been a flat earther for doggone near a decade. And in this decade, he's done extensive groundwork research to show that it's flat. And he telling me one experiment, no, I can't keep calling it an experiment. He telling me one observation now clicked the light bulb on in his head where he's like, oh, it is a big old ball. So after all these years, you now making the same globe earth argument that you was ripping apart. You was tearing it up, debunking it. Now, we measure things flat, but it's a big ball. You just can't see the curve. That's the argument he making now, that, yeah, of course we're everything's going to be flat. I've done these experiments, and guess what he said out of his own mouth?
I've measured it flat. I've measured it flat. I've measured it flat.
He measured it flat, right? So he measured it flat, but he's saying it's still a big ball. And because it's so big, you're gonna measure it flat everywhere. Now think about this, y'all. When we measure something flat, do we go with the measurements or with what we believe or what if or speculate? What's the purpose of measuring it flat? For me to measure something flat and say, well, it could be a big ball. We don't make measurements and tape measures to do what could be's. As men, that's the reason we got tape measurers. So we don't got a what could be. If somebody come to me and say, man, this pool table could be off balance, give me my level, son. I ain't finna do no could be with you. I can measure this thing right now and tell you if it's flat and if it's balanced. I ain't gonna do no what could be's as a man with tools. That ain't, what if these guys that's building your buildings did what could be's? But they got the tools to measure it right. But what if you don't what if when you can measure something flat? So he's getting, now truth is that which can be proven, that which can be measured. Once you measure something and get the proof, which is, okay, it measured flat, how do you get rid of the truth with a belief? Well, it could be a big ball that's just appearing to be flat, which is what he's saying right now. So forget what the facts is. Let's go with the what could be's. And y'all think that's science. and y'all think that the wet could be's and the observation in the sky is gonna change the flat facts on the ground. And that's what the whole final experiment was about. It's because they're scared of the flat versus globe earth debate. They know they can't prove span or curvature. So now they want to go sky gaze and sun gaze. They're hoping that the debate will stop. You know who losing, because the flat earthers still want to debate. We still want to debate the shape of the earth and the ground arguments. But the globe earthers are saying, man, it's over. You guys are lost. Give up the grift. Leave it alone. That's a cop out. If you can't prove the curvature, just say you can't. We ain't going to go away. We're going to keep asking for the curvature. We don't care what the sun did. I care what the ground doing. I'm not a 24 sun earther. I'm a flat earther. Show me the earth being a curve and I'll be a glober. So, right, it's that simple. So with that being said, you know, and that's what they're doing. They're running. And they was running ever since the Chicago skyline was brought up years ago. They had to go on the news and say that the whole city of Chicago was a projection. It was holographic. Rob Skiba, right. Rob Skiba got on a boat and sailed to it. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually replay Rob Skiba's trip. We're going to talk about the Chicago skyline. I'm going to have a stream with nothing but Chicago people. I know you got to holler at me with that one, Quentin. Because
hell yeah, got you.
People got to really, if you from Chicago and you're a flat earther, you got to be insulted because somebody really think you a fool. Listen to me, my Chicagoans, and you a flat earther from Chicago. The globe earthers are saying that when my Chicagoan brothers go to Lake Michigan, when they see beautiful Chi-Town across the lake, that ain't the real city. Y'all can't let them play with you like that if you from that Great Lakes area and that whole area, because they telling you a fool. You don't really see Chicago skyline. You see? And that's the stuff that we got to deal with. Now think about this. It is cheaper for us to book a trip to Lake Michigan and see if that Chicago is refraction. If we're going to sail right through it, it's cheaper to do that than to go to Antarctica. Now, every global keeps saying, you flat earthers can go to Antarctica. Guess what, globalists? You can too. And guess what? The globalists don't realize if they didn't go to Antarctica themselves, they just believe in somebody that said they did just because it support their model. So when they tell a flat earther they can go to Antarctica, you can too. Or you ain't proving nothing yourself, especially if you're a Christian, prove all things. So check this out. We can go to Chicago and to Lake Michigan. So when the news reporter said that the city of Chicago was just refraction, why did y'all globe earthers believe him instead of go prove it? Because the flat earthers went and proved it. Think about this, y'all. If I was a globe earther and I believe that the Chicago skyline is just refraction, I would go to it before I let a flat earther do it and prove that the flat earther is stupid. I would get in a boat and I would sail right through it. I'll say, look, you dumb flat earthers, this ain't real. It's just refraction. Debunk. But the fact that all these globalists believe that the Chicago skyline is refraction, and they debating flat earthers and they're saying it is refraction, but they live right there and won't get in the boat and go see. Now the flat earthers got in a boat and found out it ain't refraction. And they still saying it is, even though no globe earther will get in a boat in Lake Michigan and prove it for themselves. The only people that got in a boat to debunk the Chicago Mirage claim were flat earthers. And we proved that the news reporter was lying, like they always doing. So A globalist can say, well, the Chicago skyline is a mirage. Well, you can't prove it. Flat earthers proved it. We did a real experiment, not an observation. So a globalist can say, well, it is refraction. But if you didn't go out there and get on a lake, you can shut up. And so when a flat earther say, well, that sun was fake in Antarctica, and a globalist say, well, you didn't go to Antarctica, so shut up till you go. And think about that. If a globalist telling me, when I say that the sun is fake, right? The globalist is saying, you didn't go to Antarctica, so shut your mouth. But think about this. The globalist should be saying the same thing if I say it's real too. If I say the 24-hour sun in Antarctica is real, guess what the globalist should be saying? How you know it's real? You didn't go. Shut your mouth. Why you gonna do me like that when I say it's fake? It gotta be both ways. If you so concerned about a person proving something for themselves, you should be still concerned even when they say it's fake or it's real. Right or wrong? See what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir. Yes,
How
sir. Hey, I'm great, bro, man. I've been listening to you for a long time, following you on YouTube, follow Rob Skiba, follow all that stuff, man. And the way I see it, the way it breaks down for me, man, is we live on a flat plane of existence. And then we have a toroidal field, or call it a firmament, call it whatever you want to, that can spin and rotate and reveal the constellations and all those things, and be viewed as what it wants to from a globe, from an outside perspective. Why can't they both coexist? You know, because and if you go back, and that's the thing about Rob Skiba and guys like him who come from a biblical Christian perspective, like, there's truth in the Bible, but it's been construed and adulterated to serve certain purposes, but the truth is there and it still remains. And you can't have, it's like the squared circle. You know, you can have the four corners of the earth where the winds blow and the angels that guard those things, but you can still have the plane and the toroidal. So I don't understand how it's got to be one or the other. To me, it makes perfect sense that it's both. That's kind of my perspective.
I'm gonna let you have your perspective. I'm not really in a combative move, you know. We both know the earth is flat, and so that's the only thing moving forward that I care about with you know, because to me, I saw flat earthers getting into too many side debates other than the shape of the earth, and people think that stuff really matter to us when really that's just a bunch of flat earthers having a pissing contest. We all know it's flat. And they would blow that up, though, like it proves something, when that's just extracurricular stuff, if you will. But I do want to give a big shout out to your sweet place for that $50 donation. Appreciate the love, my sister. Appreciate it.
Right, bro. Well, it was nice talking to you, man. It's good talking to you, man. I follow you a lot. And take care and keep on doing what you're doing, man. It's good stuff.
Thank you so much for calling in. And if you're in a waiting room, be patient. We're going to get to everybody. Let's go to Kappa Vine. I got a lot of edited videos or documentaries that's going to be uploaded along with live stream content. I got other channels that you guys can follow me on. Sit Down with Sanchez live podcast. We got Flat Power TV, Golden Wings Media, and Beats by Sanchez. All of those channels, you should follow me on them because I will be going live on those. I had to take a minute to get my monetization status back right and to tweak my setup and get a little bit more, you know, upgraded. So I will be doing that for all of my channels, sifting through content, making sure, you know, everything right. And then I'm going to keep going on with good content. Hit the like and share on your way in. We do got a goal to meet. If we can get 14 more orange super chats, we will be extending the show for an extra hour. Right now, we got 1 out of 15. We really got more than that, but the goal joint started late. So appreciate y'all, everyone who sent in super chats. Let's go ahead and bring in Capavine. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, bro? I'm good.
Appreciate you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you. Go ahead.
The whole flat Earth debate has been sidetracked by agents, as you said. I believe that Jeran, if he just takes a lie detector test and just gets a lie detector test out there to say that he's not lying, then he'll have more credibility. But the fact we have to actually mention him taking a lie detector test shows that he is an agent, and I guarantee he wouldn't do it. It'll be throwing out lies all around the lie detector test. But in terms of Jeran, this is about Jeran in particular, isn't it? Or is it just about this topic's about Jeran in particular? This whole live, I take it, because I left a comment on your previous post on YouTube about how there's actually been a misdirection of the whole flat Earth movement in terms of what we're actually residing on the flat Earth. And I mentioned that you should get someone called Dell, Beyond the Imaginary Curve, and Flat-Headed William on your lives, because I think it'd be a huge conversation to have about the actual what we're actually on the Earth we actually reside under or in.
Yeah. So I think that the flat Earth community was getting too deep, and I ain't trying to be so egotistical, but once you start talking about what happens when you die, the afterlife, the ethers, the firmament, now we start getting shut down. See, when it was just flat versus globe Earth, they was cool with that. Jeran was on the flat Earth side, boom, boom, boom. I believe he was just there to keep this shit at one level, which is flat versus globe, and not getting into free energy. And then once you start talking about the firmament dome, you stepping on the papacy toes. You stepping on the church toes now. The whole thing about NASA and the Vatican is that they both teaching that you can lead the earth. And the Bible said that you can only get out of this place by mastering yourself and getting Christ consciousness. So ain't no way off the earth. You trapped. If you want to get out of this world, the world got to get out of you. The only way out the world is to get the world out of you. And that's the rule that the ancestors said, that the only way off the earth is good deeds and righteousness. But see, what happened was NASA came along and said, well, no, you can get off of the earth with technology and all this stuff. So that's why they got the serpent symbol, because it's a direct opposition. It's deeper than the flat earth. It's about the firmament dome and getting off of the earth. The old spiritual systems was all about how to meditate, get your energy right, so you can get off of the earth. But if you look at the church, they going with the New World Order, the papacy. They out of line, no control. And just like the Bible say, they on their way to hell. Great apostasy.
I don't know if you saw. Okay, that's good to take on. I don't know if you saw the speech by Netanyahu. He mentioned something about Israel Flat Earth Society in a speech. I feel like there's going to be Flat Earth is going to be a loaded term for like where it could be equal to terrorism or someone who's anti-establishment, so to speak. I feel like it's going to be quite dangerous being labeled a flat earther now because of the way it's been mentioned in this Al Jazeera. Netanyahu mentioned it, something about attacks. It actually says attacks on UN as anti-Israel Flat Earth Society. I don't know why he mentioned it. It was just so random. Why he even mentioned it.
I saw that.
I feel like it's going to be quite dangerous being a flat earther now, because that's the way the mainstream want that to go.
Listen. Yeah. Let me just interject, if you don't mind. Netanyahu is a Zionist.
Yeah.
And the Zionist agenda can't be promoted without NASA and the globe model. Because their excuse for why we're going around the world to colonize people is so that we can advance everybody. It's basically so that we can what they not telling you is that we're not trying to go to space. We're trying to go to World War III.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole agenda. And they saying, well, we got to go over here to this country, to that country, you know, and they got resources we may need. Boom, boom, boom. This is what's holding us back from being a space age and from going to space. And then before we can go to space, you're going to find out we got to go to war.
Yeah, that's what's necessary.
And we never going to get to space because after that war going to be a great reset. And the next generation will be forgetting about the promise of space and all that. But space is just them expanding their territory and getting more land.
Yeah.
That's what they mean by space. Yeah.
Space is the ocean. They've already admitted that. NASA admitted it. Space is the ocean. Yeah, fair play. All right, my bro. That's literally what I wanted to touch on. But like I said, it would be nice to have, I keep mentioning it, Dale beyond the imaginary curve and level-headed William on a show like this, because they have a lot to touch on about what we actually
listen, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Tell them I want them on whenever they got time. Email me and let's set it up. I've had shows with everybody, man. And that's I'm down with it, man. I love collaborations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bro Sanchez, I would also confirm that they would be really good guests. Topics that they discuss are pretty interesting and, you know, definitely something that should be talked about more in this community and something that has been suppressed by the flat earth gatekeepers consistently.
Wow. Zetetic, thank you for saying that.
Let me give a big shout out to Nachikita. I see your super chat. I ain't gonna miss nobody. Thank y'all. Nachikita said Jeran and Whitsitt are. 1 second. Nachikita said Jeran and Whitsitt are traitors to flat earth and should be exposed as agents against humanity. The fire is rising higher and higher. I second that. Go ahead. Who did you want it to say one more thing? Capivine and Capivine, I'm gonna get more callers, but stick around for the round table. Go ahead. You got something else for him?
No, thank you, bro. Nachikita is also a very good talking point. I like Nachikita's uploads.
Nachikita, I'm gonna go and subscribe to you.
He's top quality.
I appreciate all of, you know what? This gonna sound crazy, but I'm kind of, it ain't all bad with this final experiment because, you know, I'm meeting a lot of real ones that I didn't know behind this. It's basically galvanizing the real from the fake, you know. That's actually needed. So, but the whole thing is, I'm going to go ahead and bring in some more people real quick. If you want me to drop the link, drop a 1. And we go on to Hayden. Hayden, thank you for joining us. We're going to let Hayden join.
Oh, hey, brother Sanchez, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. People, we're trying to get a goal met. You can see the goal in the top of the chat room, and we're going to keep the show going for another hour with me taking calls, and I got some video clips of Jeran to review and to respond and react to. Hayden, take the floor. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me on. I'm a little bit nervous, to tell the truth. Thought about calling through for a while. I was in the military many years ago, and I was posted to Antarctica in 2001 to 2002, the summer, and I actually witnessed the sun of how they show it in their footage. So I thought I lived on a ball spinning through space, you know, back then. So I just didn't think anything of it and never thought to really observe it fully. But in the later years, I've come to realize things are not as they seem, and all is quite a deception. But whether we're trying to figure out the physicalness of it or not, by various methods, it's kind of it gets very confusing and paradoxical, because a lot of it is from the mind and the perceptions that we all have of our surroundings and our upbringings. Like I asked the question to Jeran the other week when he was on his live. I said, why don't you get people to triangulate the sun from, while you're down there? And he said, oh, you can't triangulate the sun when you're on a globe. So I'm thinking, well, every single individual human where they're standing, they have a location, a set location of where they are, right? So all you need to do is have the sea level and the angle pointing directly to the sun. So what's that angle and the direction that you're facing, right? From that specific position. And you got another person in another specific position. They're triangulating, right? You get a few of those, and then where those points meet, that's where the sun should appear in the sky. Well, I estimate or hypothesize that would be the same as trying to find the location of a rainbow in the sky, right? If someone's looking at a rainbow from one side of the harbor and then they go to the other side of the harbor, it's not going to appear in exactly the same location. In the right vicinity, it might. But then when we see hot spots in the clouds from a sun, right? The sunlight is lighting up a specific area of clouds, and we're like, oh look, there's a hot spot on the clouds there where we're looking between us and the sun. But if we were to go 3/4 of a mile across to another direction and look at the sun, well, a different particular cloud is going to have that hot spot. And so it's like, well, that cloud, when we see it from a different position, doesn't have that hot spot. So a lot of it is paradoxical in the mind and not necessarily, let's say, physical. I like what your guest, Lindsay Harris, had to say about it all the other week, and Vibes of Cosmos and Jason Brashears. I've loved a whole combination of all of the above. There's some interesting, fascinating things that I experienced in my life that I probably won't go into too much, because I've recently lost everything, and it's a little interesting, this paradoxical existence. And that's all I have to say. Thanks, brother.
I like that.
I'd like to
I like
speak
that.
on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So regarding his first statement about the Antarctic sun and matching the current observations that they're reporting, interestingly enough, the flat Earth community known as Zetetics, 120 years ago.
Sorry.
The flat Earth community over 120 years ago recognized the 24-hour Antarctic sun. It was being reported to them via a British expedition from 1898, in which the midnight sun was apparently observed in the astral summer. So this topic of the 24-hour Antarctic sun is not new to the flat Earth community by any means.
Right.
This was addressed over 120 years ago. Now, interestingly enough, that information, I believe, was suppressed by these flat Earth leaders, so-called leaders, and only now is really coming to light, even though it's mentioned in one of the prominent Zetetic books from 1902 called Zetetic Astronomy by Albert Smith and Lady Blount. So this 24-hour Antarctic sun is not new, yet Jeran will have us believe that we never were presented with this information, and that if we had been, that we should have never become flat earthers in the first place. And that's the first point. The second thing I wanted to address is the idea of the optical sky, and that, as the caller stated, the sun or any of the celestial bodies cannot be triangulated, whether it's a globe or any common conception of a flat earth map. This has been recognized and admitted to by popular science. That's why we have something called the mean sun, okay? And this is known by science, that the sun is what's called a mean sun, and we use civil time. And anybody could look this up if you research what civil time is. This is something that needed to be imposed to track time, because the sun cannot be triangulated, whether it's a globe or any conception of flat earth. So it begs the question, what are the heavens? What are the celestial bodies? These are questions that have perplexed mankind for all recorded history. To think that any one of us in these times would be able to answer these questions so simplistically is not logical. This is the problem with Jeran and his fallacy in the way that he thinks and reasons, because he has set up this final experiment as what he has dubbed a mutually exclusive observation that he feels will either prove the globe or the flat earth. But again, this is completely fallacious. The optics of the sky cannot be substantiated. The evidence cannot be proven. We can only observe the sky, and we can conjecture and theorize on its operation. Anything other than that must be basically relegated to the ground and the physical world that we can measure, the physical world that we can test, and the physical world that we can repeat. And in reality, the globe is impossible. So for Jeran to give equal credence to the globe arguments as the flat earth, enough to pose this as a mutually exclusive observation, is completely wrong and again fallacious. The globe is simply impossible based on applied physics and practical demonstration. To merely flip to the globe as he has done based off this observation is simply an appeal to consensus. That's all it is. It's a logical fallacy based on no evidence. When we measure the sun, it's two angle measurements. First of all, you have the azimuthal angle, which would basically be a 360-degree scale, okay, based on the horizontal plane. That's easy to understand. Then there's the elevation angle, which would go from 0 to 90. As long as you know where north is, based on those two angles, all right, you can apply those to whatever map you choose to try to triangulate the sun. Now, here's something that was presented to Jeran and the rest of the Flat Earth gatekeepers in 2017, that if you look at the sun angle measurements on the equinox, okay, you will find very quickly that it debunks their simplistic circling sun model over the AE map that they have been promoting for years. You can also look at the southern sun observations on the south solstice, and you will find very quickly that their simplistic model promoted on David Weiss's app and by the prominent flat earth gatekeepers is completely debunked.
Yep.
The the celestial bodies cannot be triangulated, and any attempt to do so will debunk any model that has come across, including the globe model.
Yeah. And just to give an example, guys, this is how a bunch of people would look at the sun. Let's say each one of these people is on a different part, in a different part of the world where it's daylight, and they all looking up at the sun. We would think that this is what's going on right here, but I think according to what I'm learning now, and you can correct me, it's more so this is what's going on. It's almost if it's everyone is projecting their own sun. I know that sounds crazy, but if you got 100 people looking at the sun, you would think all of their line of sight would triangulate to the sun, every person. But everybody's line of sight going different ways, and that's kind of weird. Do I have this right? Is this what's going on with the sun in our reality?
Yeah, basically that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Okay. The sun cannot be triangulated by any known map. And that's again, now this has been brought up to Jeran for many years. And not only did he ignore this information, but he viciously attacked those promoting this information. Okay.
And you know why? Because not to cut you off, but when you start thinking about this sun thing, it really opens you up to a whole nother paradigm that's deeper than flat earth. And now it makes me now want to study the sky more. And I think once we start doing that, that's when we find our way out of here on some Enoch type stuff. And that's really what they trying to stop.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm just, getting ahead of myself. But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, see, the issue I have with Jeran is that although he claimed to be a flat earther a decade ago, he never really let go and abandoned his secular mindset, a mindset that looks at the world through the lens of the pseudoscientific world that we're indoctrinated with. He sees a world of particles. He sees a world that lacks the mystical, the spiritual, the conscious. This to me has been Jeran's problem from the beginning. So, of course, somebody with that type of mindset would fall prey to, again, the faulty reasoning that he is displaying. Because when we look at the heavens with an eye of the mystical, we find that it goes beyond mere men and women. We cannot conjecture and understand something that was made for and by the gods. The Bible says this consistently throughout many books, especially the Old Testament. The throne room of the Creator is said to be in the heavens. It was the Luciferian dream, the Luciferian goal to usurp the Creator in the heavens and to become as gods. We find this message consistently throughout the Bible and other religious texts that we can point to. The heavens seem to be something special, something beyond the physical world, something beyond what we can conjecture, beyond what we can theorize. This is the folly of the modern age. This is the New World Order agenda. And this is what we're seeing in this flat earth community. We're seeing a group of people steering us back towards a mindset of control, tyranny, and domination. Because once man is convinced that he can define the heavens and define the cosmos, then there's no longer any room for God, creator, or source. Once humanity has lost the concept of God, then humanity loses all conception of morals, values, integrity, and principle. This is the Luciferian agenda. This is the New World Order agenda. And again, this is what we're seeing perpetrated in our community.
I totally agree. I totally agree with that. Let me see if we can get anybody else in. And Hayden, we're gonna get you right in a few minutes for the round table. Good stream. Everybody hit the like and share button. At this time, we got to bring on a globe earther by the name of Rob Notches. And yeah, I'm just don't want to be trolled today, man. I just don't want no crazy energy. Rob, can I ask you a question? Welcome to the show, first of all. How you doing?
Salutes, bro, Sanchez. Thanks.
Well, you gotta
putting up with me.
You good. You gotta have your camera on if you can.
Oh yeah, you know I do. Hold on.
Okay.
Get my setup on.
And is it okay? Is it immoral, Rob, to lie and deceive?
Oh, thank you for asking me that question, man. You are the man. Let me get this off. Let me say this. If a lady's running down the street screaming, "Help me, help me, help me, someone's gonna kill me," and you let her in the house, and then a couple seconds later, a man is running behind her, says, "Have you seen a lady? I'm gonna kill her." Would you tell that man she's in your house?
I'll say, bro, she's in here. I'm protecting her, and I dare you to breach my doorstep. See, let me just answer you. I'm a bad boy, Rob. I'm always try to act tough. I'm always run my mouth. I'm always but I'll say this though, Rob.
You get my point.
Hold on. Let me answer you. My point is, if we gotta make a life or death situation to make lying and deception immoral, that's desperate to me. Because
it's not more.
What it's trying to do is open up the doors for lying and deception. And I think it's common sense that if you're gonna lie to save your life, then yes. Mm-hmm. But a pastor that's teaching that, he's really trying to open up the door for lying and deception altogether because, hold up, let me finish. Every human ain't in a life or death situation, a prisoner of war situation every day. So what's the point? The point is too much lying and deception in the world for a pastor to be teaching that is not immoral. So the thing is, he should have said it's not immoral if you're in certain situations that to save your life. But I'll even say this. Hold on. Listen, I'm about to land, man. So Jesus, right? Jesus never lied one day in his life. And he could have lied to save his life, but he didn't. So if we want to be like Christ, we wouldn't even lie to save our life, if you want me to be honest with you. But go ahead.
So the bottom line is this. You're taking a clip of his supposedly sermon. If you go back and watch the entire thing of it, which he recommends people do, and you can see exactly what he was talking about. He's talking about this exact situations he was not talking about or justifying lying under the eyes of God. He was saying in situations in life, there is times where a lie would not be immoral.
Show me some. Show them to me.
When you're, show you what?
Give me listen. Give me some demonstrations and examples when lying and deception is okay, but don't make it no life or death situations. Like that's a cop out right there.
Well, no, it's not a cop out. That's an example of it.
If that's if the only one, listen. If the only example,
that's not the only one. Okay, that's not the only one. How about
give me
one
outside of some life or death stuff, because to me that's like a cop out.
Perfect. Okay, so this is no death. No one's dying in this. Okay. There's a kid on the street. He comes up to you and says, "Hey, this guy is following me. He's trying to take me." And you put the kid.
That's a life or death situation, though.
Well, I didn't say he's gonna kill him. He just said he's gonna kidnap him. Well, okay, how about this? You don't like that one? I got a whole bunch of them. What about the drug dealer who says, "Hey, I want to sell this guy some drugs. Have you seen him all day? He called me earlier." And you know your friend could possibly die from that, and you say, "No, I haven't seen him," when he's actually in the house, and you just told the guy that you didn't see him. He left. That's what I'm saying. You're trying to play a game here, and the jig is up. We know what's going on, and anybody in their right mind knows that sometimes lying is not only moral.
I don't get the drug dealing. I don't get the drug dealing.
You don't get any of them because you're just.
But hold on, bro. I think it's grifting when you got a pastor out there teaching people lying and deception is okay. It don't get no big of a grift than that, man. If you get out there and say you a man of God when God said he hated the lying tongue, and you're looking for ways to say, well, what about, can I lie this way, God, that way, God? You playing a dangerous game with God. And if only examples you can give if it's a life or death situation, then guess what? It's not good to lie and deceive then, because the average human ain't in a life or death situation every day. So what's the point? That's what I was saying. So to me, I've never saw a bigger grifter in my life than a pastor that's getting millions of dollars and teaching that lying and deception is okay. Not only is he a grifter, he's satanic. It ain't no excuses you can give to make it okay. It's always something, like you said with the little boy. If a little boy run to my house and the man knock on my door, I'm going to say, yeah, he up in here. What's good? Get off my property. I'm a man. See, my thing is, if a woman seeking protection from me, now some men may say I'm a lie and I'm a hider and I'm going to call the police, right? But I know a lot of men that are you know, if I'm on stand in the way and protect you, I'm going to do it all the way. And I'm going to assume the authority position, like what the police would do when they come. They ain't going to sugarfoot about, they going to let every man on the scene know who got the biggest kahunas. That's going to be established. So I can't, you know, so my thing is this right here. You can make all of these situations where it's life or death to where it's okay to lie, but it still say thou shalt not lie in the Bible. And when the only person I heard that said lying and deception is not immoral was Pastor Duffy. You can't show me in the Bible where the Bible say that. Y'all can make these little scenarios and play these games, but he's still wrong, because if you saying that it's only okay to lie if my life on the line, that means it ain't okay to lie then. Because my life is never, until my life on the line, I should be teaching people, man, be an honest person. Now, if your life on the line, I get it.
Yeah.
But just by you saying, well, if your life on the line, you would have to lie. So lying ain't evil.
No, I didn't say your life. I didn't say it was someone else's.
No, I'm talking about Pastor Duffy. I'm finna say one more thing and land, and you can get the floor, Rob. What I'm saying is this. A pastor should be saying, if your life ain't on the line, you ain't got no business lying because it's evil. But he's saying, well, what if your life is on the line? Okay, then lying is okay now. It ain't evil no more. And that's a lie right there. Lying is still evil. Now, if I told a lie to save my life, I get that. I get it, but that don't make lying good now. There are exemptions, right? Killing ain't good. But if I'm killing somebody to save my life, right, then there's an exemption there. That's a no-brainer. But I'm not going to say killing is good just because I defended myself and killed somebody. I'm going to feel bad about it and still teach that, hey, unless you got to save your own life, killing is bad. It's never good. Even when you defend yourself, it's bad. So I feel the same way about lying. Unfortunately, that a pastor don't. But again, he's not your typical pastor. So, but now that we're beyond where we both.
Can I get in?
Go ahead.
Yeah, just the bottom line is this: that's not what Will Duffy preaches. If you go watch his sermon, you understand the context of what he was speaking about. You have a 5-second clip of him just saying those words in sequence, and it sounds like what he's saying. Of course, it does in a quick burst over and over in someone's ears. But the reality is, if you go listen to the sermon, you'll
damage
see
control.
You don't. It's not damage control. It's reality control, man. I mean, you're just talking a lot of stuff about a lot of people tonight, Jiren and where Will Duffy. Jiren.
Listen what I'm saying, bro. Because I don't want to make this messy. I really want to get on something that's not really childish. This feeling trollish now. So let me just say
I'm not, though. I'm trying to be real, man.
Before you get the Jeran and Witset, though, because, hold on. Because I don't care what you think about where I stand on them guys, right? They come from among my community, right? So now they're one of yours. I don't care where you stand with them. I don't care about you and Jeran's relationship. You shouldn't care about me and Jeran's relationship. So one thing I'll say about Will Duffy, because I do care about pastors that's teaching lying and deception. I come from the Bible Belt. And one thing I'll say about Will Duffy, I did not take his stuff out of context, Rob. I did say that he made the argument, if your life is on the line. And I joked on that. I said, if a person want to lie bad, they will make every excuse. Bro, I made a video and uploaded it. I don't know if you watched it. It's called...
of course I watch all your videos.
In the video, I said, boy, these people really want to lie bad because they making all these scenarios about when your life on the line and it stuff. And I ain't saying that was wrong with that. I joked on it, though. I said, okay, I said they making every excuse to lie, which is the excuse of your lie on the line. That's the video that I said. Well, I ain't gonna prove it to you. I'll kick you off now. I know what I said, bro. The video is there. It's an hour and a half. And yeah, I know what I said in the video. I joked on it twice. I said these people really want to lie bad because the only example they can give is when your life in danger. Drop a 1 in the chat room if you watched that video and you remember me mentioning that plenty of times. That's why I say I'm not going to be trolled. If you didn't watch the video and you don't remember it, quit drinking that cheap moonshine that them rednecks drinking down there where you at, Rob. Now let me see who we got on. Rob drinking, he said, this not moonshine, it's Jupiter shine. Let's get the next caller on. And it was brewed under a full moon. What's up, BZ?
Yo, what's up, bro? Said Chaz, man. What's up to the community, the panel, the chat, Flat Power, what it do?
Black Power. F. Hutton, what happened to you, man? Hey, shout out to you, Beezy. Talk to him.
Hey, yeah, because first when I came on, I wanted to say something about Jeran and Winston, but now I want to address Rob, man, if you don't mind, right? Because like when you look at the Bible, just the Bible in general, um, God like talks about liars all the time, people with lying tongues, even Jesus, right? Revelations 2:9. I know the people who say they are Jews, but they are not. They are liars, and they worship in the synagogue of Satan. So when you look at what Duffy is doing, Duffy is playing semantics, right? To say if I said God is talking about liars, he would say, well, and this is according to his the thing, the speech that Bro Sanchez told me because I watched the shit too. What he's doing, if I say, look at this passage right here, God is talking about these people that worship in the synagogue of Satan, that they are liars. He would come back and say, well, he didn't say that lying was wrong. He called them liars, but he didn't say that lying was wrong. Now, when I talk about specific passages in the Bible versus what Duffy said, Rob comes in here and adds something to it. You're adding a life or death situation when none of that shit is being talked about in Duffy's speech versus what's being said in the Bible. So when Duffy is talking, he is basically saying that the Bible is not saying, I can't find nowhere where the Bible is saying that lying is morally wrong. And that is evil, that is wicked. And for somebody to come in here and try to justify it by saying, wait a minute, let me put some semantics on it and say, well, what if it's a life or death situation? Rob, Doug, like, I don't know you like that personally, and no disrespect, but when people do what you're doing, that shit is evil. That shit is wicked, bro. No doubt.
Yeah, it is, man. I can't do nothing but agree.
Yeah,
And
that man
yeah,
he didn't even say what Rob came. Like it took Rob to come in here and to say, oh, this is what he was saying. But that man never mentioned nothing about a life or death situation, bro. He was basically trying to say that, hey man, lying is just normal, it's the way of life. It ain't wrong, not even according to the Bible. And for a
that's
pastor
facts.
to say some shit like that,
And
that
look,
shit wicked as hell, bro.
it's so crazy, Rob, lying like that because I got a whole video of a globe earther that's saying there are several instances where it's actually been deception is a good thing. Like if somebody like he was going into examples like lying that somebody's smart when they dumb. You know how people that'll tell you like, yeah, man, you look good because they don't want to hurt your feelings. And they tried to use that excuse. I'm like, that ain't nice. That ain't a good thing. That's a fake friend. So you really can't make no example. You know, everybody talking about sun observations, but we gonna act like the sun ain't in them clouds. We just gonna act like the sun ain't within the clouds, like the Hebrews said it. Like the Hebrews said it. So everybody can go and observe the sun for themselves, bro, outside, and you can see that the sun is right there within the atmosphere inside the firmament dome, like the Bible said. And if anybody want to come up here and debate me on whether or not we are enclosed in a firmament dome, we can do it. But Rob is in that tent smoking all them Paul Malls, and that pastor is the Lion King, and Jeran is Simba. Let's go ahead and get the next caller in. Salutes to everybody. Okay, so that's everybody. That's as far as calls go. So at this time, we're going into the round table. Remember, guys, let's keep the profanity. Let's no profanity. And we camming up. We need cameras on, everybody. We need cameras on, everybody. We need cameras on.
Yeah, I quit smoking, bro, Sanchez.
We got the cameras on. We got the round table going. And Salute. So yeah, let's go ahead and get everybody. So I think with everybody on right here, it's just whoever want the mic first. Welcome back everybody to the round table. So yeah, whoever want the mic first.
Hey, I wanted to like put my take on was something I wanted to say about Jared and Witsit. You know what I'm saying? Because I follow Witsit a little bit. Now Jared, I remember saying on this show a while back, like I never really had to trust the Jared ever since that failed experiment or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that just was my thought. That was just my opinion on. I felt that he wasn't sincere about what he was doing. So when I heard about the whole final experiment shit, like I really wasn't gonna pay it too much mind, bro. But then when I started kind of listening to it, and then they started naming the people that was gonna be on there, right? So when they mentioned Jaren, I was like, I had my feelings about it. I was like, I don't know what this nigga gonna do, whether he see a 24-hour sun or not. And then they mentioned this chick Lisbeth, never really heard of her, and Witsit. So when they named Witsit, I was like, well, damn. I said, I don't think Witsit would go over there and let these people do some fake shit without him coming in and exposing it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing about Witsit is that I was wondering what he said because I heard you read the comment about somebody saying something about Witsit too, and I was wondering what did Witsit do that would suggest he's a shill like Jaron, because on the live stream while they was over there, he was the one that said that we seen the 24-hour sun, but it doesn't prove that the Earth is a globe, and we probably just need to figure out how shit work on flat Earth or whatever. So my two things with Witsit and Jaron is that I think Jaron is a total sellout because you saw a 24-hour sun and all of a sudden you dismissed every fucking thing that you did as a flat earther. Like how this dude could have these debates, right? And then come and act like I guess he's ready to have debates against the flat earthers now.
Right,
and
right.
What is he gonna do to prove his globe when a 24-hour sun doesn't even prove it?
Right. Let's talk about Witsit. Firstly, regardless of Witsit and his intentions or otherwise, his association with Jaron compromises him off the rip. Okay. Because
That's ridiculous.
he has continued. Rob, let's not start. He has continually supported Jaron from the beginning. Jaron labels Witsit as his business partner. His words, not mine. All right. Witsit obviously has a dog in the race. So we can sit here and we could conjecture on whatever Witsit's motives are and otherwise, but his simple association with Jaron compromises him off the bat.
Because they had nothing to gain. They had nothing to gain by doing this. All they did was put themselves on the line.
Yes, they did. I tell you what, Rob. I
can never talk for more than 10 seconds, man.
Here's what you just cut somebody off who was talking. I just want to say this real quick. Instead of you saying they didn't have nothing to gain, how about you let people tell you what they had to gain and you can rebuttal and see if that's fair or not. That's all I was gonna say. Because we can tell you what they had to gain. You don't got to agree with it. But to say that, they didn't have nothing to gain, that's a lie. So, yeah, we can do that all day.
I don't believe you could.
So think about this, right? If I'm an IMDb member, meaning I'm a registered actor, I make money by acting in Netflix movies, on mainstream media. Like, let's not act like Jaron ain't different than us. He's an actor. And when you're dealing with an actor, Rob, part of you got to say, how much is this just an act to him? Because what separates an actor from everybody else in the room, an actor can be anything at any time. An actor is literally a shapeshifter. Let me finish. An actor don't got to know how to be a lawyer. An actor don't got to be a lawyer, a judge, a police, a dentist. An actor can just be an actor, and he's all of those things. An actor can be a judge one day, a police the next day, a dentist the next, and convince you he's that. And these are people you really gotta watch. People with, let me tell y'all something. If you want to take over the world, you don't go to school for warfare, economics, none of that. You go for acting. You go, and I'll debate anybody on that. Now watch this, right? The fact that he's an actor, and every time he end up on TV doing his job as an actor, he's proven the globe. So eventually I'm gonna say, is he's acting like he's failing? Because he know the earth flat, and it's easy to prove that it's flat. He does it all the time when the cameras ain't on him. And I have to ask myself, is this actor failing this on purpose, like a quarterback throwing a game because somebody paid him off? And I would say, hey man, if this guy is always ending up on some big Hollywood stage, and he's an actor, and when he get on that stage, he misrepresent the community, embarrass us and all that, I'm going to say, you know what? It must all be an act. Because every other flat earther that ain't an actor, we don't get the opportunity that this IMDb member got. So you're acting like we're wrong for putting 2 and 2 together. You're acting like we're wrong for saying, hey, maybe this actor just acting. He is an actor.
Well, just because you're on IMDb does not mean you're an actor. This means you just played a role.
I didn't say that. I just named a whole bunch of stuff besides that, bro.
But he's not an actor, though. You have no proof that he's an actor. You're just saying.
Yes, I did. I do got proof, bro. I can pull it up right now.
I know, but I just told you that if you can be on IMDb and not be an actor, you can just be part of a documentary or something. It doesn't mean you're an actor. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
you're just part of a documentary.
So check this out, bro. Once you are part of a Netflix documentary, I don't know how much of it is an act or not, but that's just the same. I can say the same with reality TV. Like, I don't know how much of a Netflix documentary is scripted and acted. I can tell you this much. It's very suspicious, and it seems scripted and like an act to me, because it's flat. As a flat earther, right? I've seen Jeran prove flat earth on his worst day with his eyes closed. But every time he's on the mainstream media, he fails. Now, you acting like it's wrong for us to be suspicious is no different than a quarterback that does hella good in practice. The quarterback does hella good all season. And then the same team we was blowing out all year, he throw 20 interceptions. And he don't just do it one season. He do it 3 seasons. Every time, and we blow him out every other day. And it's like, if the team starts saying, you think he getting paid off? Is he throwing it on purpose? You can't fault the team. That's suspicious that our quarterback is doing a good job all the time, but when it really counts. And we know that's how people act when they're throwing stuff on purpose, because they got a bag. That happens in sports. It happens in sports all the time. And I don't think that suspicion that people got is wrong. So I think y'all ought to be like, you know what? Y'all got the right to be suspicious, but let's get to the scientific debate. We ain't having a debate about your suspicions, right? If I would do that, I would do that if I was you. Yeah.
Yeah, but Jeran never said the Earth is a globe. He just said he's not a flat earther. So you're actually.
He said it is a globe. He said it's a globe.
No, you're wrong, Rob. Rob, his quote was.
He said it's a globe.
His quote was the globe. The globe now has the better evidence, and the flat Earth is impossible.
Hold on, Zetetic. I'm not saying that he's not inferring something. But
I
I'm
got a
telling you right
video
now,
clip.
hold on, bro. I'm right in the middle, bro. Can I
What's
go
the
slide? Can I
difference
just get off the
between
ground?
inferring something and saying it
Because I'm
outright?
about to get
It's
to that
the
right
same
now before I was
message, Rob.
interrupted.
You
No,
know
it's
that.
not.
I got one question.
He is doing what
Jeran,
he said he was doing, searching
Jeran,
for truth. What's the
Jeran
problem? He
said,
went
listen,
down there to find the truth out
I
there,
ain't
bro.
tripping. I'm trying to give you the
That guy for
problem.
10 years, man.
Hold up, bro. I'm trying to give you the problem. You being chaotic. Relax. Take a deep breath. Listen, here's the problem. You're making false claims. Jeran said that the earth is a big ball. I got the clip. He said we measured it flat because we're inside of a Home Depot and it's flat everywhere inside that Home Depot. But he said, what if that is on top of a big ball? And I told him, Jeran, the big ball ain't the earth. That would be space. That'll be outside the earth. I debated the man. I know what I said and what he said.
I know. I was there too. I was there. And bro Sanchez, let me get this off, please. And he's still saying that he measures things flat. He's just saying that if we're gonna go with if you guys are gonna go with a 20 or 24-hour or whatever a map or a model of the flat Earth, how can he can't explain through his research and his stuff that how that sun's gonna circle that Union Glacier area like that? Because even on your AE map you brought up earlier, they had sun in Antarctica all the time there for like 4 days they were there, but the people in Australia still had sun. So you can't bring
Rob,
up hold on,
Rob, the model.
let
Rob,
me land, dude.
yeah, but you're
So
just
can't
going to
bring up
go
that-
on and on
no,
and
I'm
on.
not. I got 10 more
if
seconds.
I sit here.
10 more seconds. I got 10 more seconds.
Go ahead.
Because there's no way you can show that 24-hour sun down there circling and have the sunshine and sunrise.
Can I ask you a question? One question. I got you. No, it's not. I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you why. If you're saying,
moon too.
I got you, bro. If you're saying that the circling sun and moon over the map don't work the way that Jeran presented it, I agree with you. That's dead. But the azimuth equidistant map still has the right azimuth equidistant projections. It's right. And the man that made that map, he didn't put a sun or moon over it. If someone take that map and put, hold on, bro. Yes, it is, because it got the azimuth equidistant projections right. If I make a heat map for the weather right now, and my heat data is right, it don't matter if Jeran's sun don't work over my map. My map got the heat data right, and it's a heat map. And people still gonna use the AE map for what it was made for, just because Jeran misused it and put a sun over it. The man that made the map didn't do that, and it don't debunk the map. It debunked what he thought the sun. Nope. When I'm done, it debunked what he thought the sun would do over it. And you gotta be patient, man. We can't talk over each other. When you talk, I'm gonna let you go. So here's what you got to realize, right? I'm not a 24-hour sun earther. I'm a flat earther. And you just said, Jared said he still measures it flat. And you agree. You said, well, he didn't say he's a globe earther. He still said he measures it flat. And that's what I'm saying. Until he measure it a curve, Rob, I'm going to be a flat earther. I don't care what the sun do. Until Jeran say, well, I measured it a curve and prove that, then I'm a flat earther, because guess what? Let me show you why I'm a flat earther, bro.
I've measured it flat.
I know. I heard it, man. We heard it all day long.
Right.
Can I get in now?
Right. Until you measured it a curve, then it's
I've measured it flat.
Go ahead,
so
man.
so you say the AE map, the azimuthal projection, equidistant map or whatever. You say it's a projection. You say it's a real map or whatever. But if you bring it up on screen right now, you'll see that the distance between Australia and South America, where critical think, one of the guys who went on the trip flew that exact flight path, there's no way that it's at that distance. Disingenuous. I just destroyed your model again. Your model doesn't work. The AE, you have no model.
The AE map ain't my model though. It's just a map.
Your model.
It's just a map. Listen, dude, I'm telling you, I'm a flat earther, not an AE mapper. I don't know why y'all trying to do that, bro. My whole thing is this. You're a globe earther. You don't agree with the pear-shaped earth, but that's some people out there that say the earth is pear-shaped. There's some people on your side that say it's an oblate spheroid. There's some people that say it's a perfect sphere. Y'all can't really make up your mind on which out of the three it is, but I just let y'all have your three types of your type.
They're all spheres.
No, bro, we ain't gonna make it like a pear as a basketball. It's not a sphere, it's a pear-shaped. And that's what I'm saying, bro. We not finna let you, that's what's gonna get you put, you gotta be honest, man. Like, come on, bro. They're different shapes, man. And my whole thing is this. If we go to space and take pictures of the Earth and they give us a perfect sphere, why do you have pear-shaped earthers and oblate spheroid earthers? So my whole point that I'm making is this right here. You're talking about the AE map, but when it comes to flat Earth, all I use the AE map to prove is that the ground is flat. I don't say what the sun do over it, which is why if you look at my gear, I don't got the sun or moon on that. So I don't put the sun and moon over it. Jeran did. And the fact that y'all trying to throw us all under the bus with Jeran, that's kind of messed up that you won't let every man speak for himself, because there are several flat earthers that don't subscribe to what Jeran subscribed to. Y'all want to throw everybody down. And that's crazy.
I understand that. No, I'm not doing that. I don't do that, bro. Honestly, I agree with you on that. But I'm saying I watch you guys for at least 4 years now, 3 years, and I know that you've been down with Jeran for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, what did he really? Hold on, please let me just fly for a second, man.
Oh, I ain't interrupting.
At the end of the day, I am a glober. I'm obnoxious. I come out here to debate you and prove you wrong. But at the end of the day, I just don't understand. Like, what did he do that's so wrong for you to do this to him? I mean,
what I'm doing to him.
He said, hold on, I'm almost done. He said he's seen his son for 24 hours. Big fucking deal, man. I mean, find a way to deal with it. But why do you got to destroy him? He didn't do anything wrong. He went
How
and did
am I
what he
destroying
thought
him?
was right. Because you're acting like everything he did is some kind of psyop and he's like disingenuous. I mean, the guy did what he did. Jeran's a different type of character, man.
Hey, Rob, let me explain myself.
He's willing to go
And
out
you
and
can
do things
get
and
it back.
everybody hates him for it.
Let me. You're really making it like, he's going out and doing things, and you guys hating on him.
Oh, stop. I'm not saying that.
Here's what I'm hating on right here, bro. A man that told me this.
25,000 Home Depots.
A man that is now a Home Depot earther. I'm baffled at that. And I don't know if you ever know what it's like to have a friend that says,
I've measured it flat.
There is no curvature on Earth.
I've measured it flat.
And now he's
saying,
but hold on, bro. I let you talk. Let me talk. Here's what he's saying now, though, that he's measuring it flat because we're in
25,000 Home Depots.
We're inside of a Home Depot, and that Home Depot is on top of a globe. He didn't measure the globe that the Home Depot's sitting on, but he said he measured the Home Depot.
I measured it flat.
I'm baffled at that. Like, come on, Rob, you got to take a minute and laugh at that. A Home Depot, Rob, come on, man. Now, Rob,
I listened to that show. I remember that show. I remember that. That was after that.
Not only that, Rob, he's lashing out on flat earthers, going in on them. Yes, he is, Rob. Yes, he is, Rob. Don't make no excuses. Don't make no excuses for why, Rob, because you ain't a flat earther.
Jeran has been dishonest.
You guys are
consistent.
You guys are
Rob, listen,
get
Rob,
up out
hold
of
on,
here.
Rob.
Treating him like a little baby.
It's unbelievable. The reality is Jeran has been dishonest consistently over the course of a number of years. The information regarding the celestial data that contraindicated his model was presented to him 7 years ago. He not only ignored the data, but he vilified anybody presenting it. He now today pretends as though he never heard of this information, even though I've witnessed multiple people explain it to him, including myself. Jeran knows very well that the sun angles do not fit the model that he's been promoting. Yet he claims that that's the only model possible. And if he had ever known it, he would have never became a flat earther. All right. He's lied consistently. So we're sitting here seeing a man who has betrayed the community. One of the worst things you can do is to betray somebody. Lying and gaslighting, straw manning us all into a model with an obvious agenda. No, this is true. You just don't want to hear it.
This is slanderous. This is slander, dude. You have nothing to back it up.
Do y'all hear this crap? This man said that we slandering this man just because we questioning his footage and we think that it's some fishy about the footage. We scrutinizing it. We saying that the sun in Antarctica also don't debunk the flat earth. That's all people telling Jeran. What I don't like right now is that Jeran is a grown man and y'all really treating him like a little girl right now, bro. Like, ain't nobody hurting the man. Like, y'all trying to blow this thing out of every, bro, relax, bro. A person ain't got to watch your content. We're all adults, man. You wouldn't teach your children that. We teach our children words don't hurt, son. If they don't put your hands on you, you keep minding your business and get your lesson. But y'all want to hold this grown man hands just because we using the internet for the same thing we've been using it before. Because when he was a flat earther, he was going in on Globers and NASA and all that. So now if he want to debate the same community that was going in on the globe and he want to defend the globe, let him debate us without holding his hand, dog. I don't mind you rocking with him, but quit acting like can't nobody challenging him and everything we doing or say to disagree with him is some kind of slander or some. Bro, we can have our opinion.
Not you. So, I mean, listen, I'm just saying it's borderline, man. It's getting to that line where it's like, you're not even, now we're to the point now. Where
If it's slander, suit in.
You're not, but now we're to the point where we're not even looking at what he did or what he did down there and all.
We are looking at it. That's what we're criticizing.
We're criticizing his character, and now he's saying he lied.
No, we're not criticizing his character, bro. How are we doing that? How?
I'm trying to explain.
Hey, let me just.
You guys are saying that all this stuff. How can a guy lie for? First of all, why am I a Glober up here defending Jeran Campanella, dude? This is crazy.
Exactly. Hey, Rob, stop for a minute. That's just what I was going to talk about, though. Like, I think like you're the worst
because you're doing him dirty. You guys are doing him dirty.
Listen, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. You telling me we doing this man dirty when I'm gonna tell you right now, if I played for an NFL team and my quarterback kept throwing the game for the ops, he doing the team dirty. And if he don't take accountability that every time you on a spotlight and the team depending on you, it's a hit piece and you fail. Even if he say, well, it's an honest mistake, well, the team still can be critical on you if everybody else holding they weight and the mainstream camera is always on you and you the one keep making a mistake in front of that camera. But everybody else can't get that camera and we ain't making no mistakes. Everything we doing is like
flawless victory.
So my whole thing, I'm like, bro, I just don't get it with Jeran that every time this man go on mainstream, it's a failure. Now listen, you ain't a flat earther, so you can't listen though. But bro, this is what you not gonna do. This is the flat earth community, right? Jeran come from among this community. You ain't gonna tell me about a teammate of mine who I said failed to play because you don't practice with us. You don't know how we run our plays and what our coach say. I know he missed his assignment and that he failing, and I know how he failing. I'm on his team. You don't play for his team. So I'm telling you, sometimes you talking about stuff that like you shouldn't be talking about because when you say, well, he didn't fail, according to flat earthers, it's a failure with us. You ain't on this team, though, so you don't make the rules, though.
How is it a failure, bro, Sanchez? I don't understand.
Because I'm trying to tell you right now, bro, on Behind the Curve, when they did the experiment to prove that the earth was flat, guess what they ended up saying? Oh, what? And they ended up proving it's a curve. And my whole thing is, guess what Jeran told us? Jeran said, you can't measure the curve of the earth because it's too big. He's saying it's a big ball now. And Jeran was saying, yeah, it could be a big ball that we just can't measure the curve because it's too big. Now, listen, if we can't measure the curve because it's too big and that's what globalists teach, how come we miraculously measured it on Behind the Curve? We can always seem to measure this curve from the ground when it's a hit piece on TV, but in a flat earth debate on YouTube, you can't measure the curve from the ground. because you can't pull that on us though. But the mass is so dumbed down, they'll take the hit pieces, just like this one with the final experiment.
I got you. So pretty much anytime someone proved it the sphere, they give no credibility.
No. Here it is right here. I'm trying to tell you what it is. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. If a person say this right here.
There is no curvature on Earth. There is no curvature on Earth. There is no curvature on Earth.
And they tell me that for years. And they say there's no way you can find curvature on Earth. They say even if it's a ball, you can't find a curvature because the ball too big. But they find the curvature on a Netflix documentary. And guess what I know about Netflix documentaries? They known for doing hit pieces. So check me out, bro.
Okay.
When you say that if a person prove the globe, does that make them untrustworthy? When they say that you can't prove the globe, but fake like they did to people who we know don't know no better, and they know and I know that they did that. What am I to say? If a man say
there is no curvature on Earth,
and you can't even find no curve on the Earth because it's too big, but he keep finding one when the lying meat. See, Tupac said it.
Yeah.
He said the media full of dirty lies and tricks, and they are. And I keep saying some of these lies and tricks. I'm not gonna turn my blind eye to it. Yeah, talk to it, man. Let's get it out.
So yeah, I mean, you made fair points, but I have a point for you then. If that's true, and you said the when he did the Bedford level, whatever it was, the holes in the wood. I mean, that's something that you could have did on your channel. You could have got your results and
the holes in the wood. Which one?
The one on the Netflix where he said, "Oh yeah, there it is."
That laser shit.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, we all watched it. It was a light that went through the holes in the wood.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Have you ever done the Puget laser sound test? What D Marble did? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Out of all the tests that I've seen done, the spirit level joint and the Puget level laser test is pretty kick ass. I ain't gonna lie. And it's so I wonder why the mainstream media never wanted to get on that. But check this out, right? Have you ever done a laser test like what D Marble did?
Nope, I have not done no laser test.
Okay, now let me ask you another question. Let me ask you another question, then. Do you think that D Marble's laser test proved flat Earth?
No.
Now watch this, right? You didn't do the test yourself, but you don't think it proved flat Earth. And you telling me I could have done the same test Jeran did, right? That's what I don't get. You telling me I could have done Jeran test, right? When Jeran did a test that I agree with.
I've measured it flat.
Jeran measured it flat, and I agree with Jeran. I don't got to do the test myself because I got other ways to know that it's flat, and his test just backed up. Hold on. His test just backed up what I already knew that it was flat. So when he got the results, it confirmed what I already knew, right? So my thing is this. D Marble test results don't confirm what you agree with. So you should go behind him and see if it's true before you say I don't agree with it. Me, on the other hand, I agree with D Marble test. I knew that he was it was gonna measure flat.
The difference being, I'm sorry, can I get in real quick? The difference being would be that you can do the fucking, or I'm sorry, you can't swear out here now. You can do his Jeran's experiment, what they did. You can do that in a field. You know what I'm saying? I can't go to Puget Sound. I could go to Puget Sound, but it's a lot more realistic and easy to do in real life situations. I mean, I do have Lake St. Clair, and I have done site tests across Lake St. Clair. I can't see Canada. That's 21 miles across. So you can't see Canada, but have you done Jeran's?
Have you done Jeran's test? The one you telling me to do?
Yes, the Bedford level test. Yes, I've done the Bedford level test.
And you didn't record it and put it up to show flat earthers that they was wrong?
Bro, I got 58 subscribers, man. You got 150,000, dude.
But I want to watch the video right now. Let's watch it.
Oh shit. Oh, I don't have it. I don't have it on me right now. It's on my laptop.
Oh, no.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, my channel's about coming on panels, man. I don't put up.
Wow, right.
Fatality.
No, it's not a fatality. It's reality.
It's
You just-
okay,
you just
bro.
trying to-
You
It
said
is a
Got
fatality,
him.
bro.
if you
It is a
did it,
fatality,
if you
bro.
did it, we don't know. We gotta believe
Yeah,
you, man.
and then here's the thing. Here's the thing about
Yeah,
it being
exactly.
a
I don't have no proof for it.
fatality.
I don't have no proof right now
Hey,
for you
Rob.
right now.
And
Hey,
what's the
Rob. Here's
point
the
of
thing about
doing
it being
tests to
a
show up
fatality.
with no proof? Go ahead, my brother.
Well, no,
I'm
because
cutting somebody off.
first of all, that wasn't
Hey,
part.
hold
That
up.
wasn't
Hey,
even
Rob.
part of the
Rob.
conversation. It
Rob.
just brought up.
Rob.
I mean, I didn't know I was going to be
Rob.
questioning the best of the
Rob.
whole testing. That's
Rob.
ridiculous.
That's
Hey,
I
Rob.
hear
crazy.
you,
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, BZ. Yeah, go ahead,
Here's
BZ.
how it's a fatality, bro. And the sad part about it is that you're doing
Put
it
your
to yourself,
camera on.
right?
Hey, bro, he's got to put his camera on, right?
Yeah, all cameras on.
I had my camera on.
Yeah, when y'all
My ass.
talking though, if y'all talking, cut your camera on. But if you know, just so people
All
can
right.
see
Yeah,
your
if
face.
my ugly ass got to be on here, you got to be on here.
Go ahead, get
Yeah.
him though. Get him,
All
Beezy.
right.
Get
Yeah,
him.
yeah, you're right. You are ugly. No, I'm just playing with you. But yeah,
It's all
here's
good.
how it's a fatality, bro. Rob, we've been knowing you for a long time, right? And just like all the times you've been on this platform, you're the same way now. You are
Well, of
hard
course,
about
I'm consistent.
everything that you're doing. Hey, hear me out. Hear me out. You're consistent, right, at doing what you're doing. And you're so hard about it, you're standing on it and everything. You're literally here trying to convince us not to call out somebody who we think just might be a fraud in the community. We do it all the time to the Flat Earth
You know he's
Society,
not a fraud.
right?
Stop it.
Now,
Don't
the reason
disparage that
why
man's
Man,
name,
quit
dude.
cutting people off, bro. You
Sorry.
don't know what people know, man. I'm gonna tell you something right now, Rob.
Damn, I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's starting to seem like they sent you. Now you need to knock it off a little bit. If you overdoing it a little bit now, brother, with your D riding. Let's go. Go ahead.
Come on, man. I'm passionate, bro. Don't do that to
Come
me,
on,
man.
brother. Yeah, brother.
Hey, but
I've
the
been
reason
around your
why
Go
community.
ahead.
I've been around your
Let him
community a long
let the
time,
man
man.
finish, man. Go ahead, man.
Hey, hold up. The reason why I say it's a fatality because everything that I just mentioned about you, like you did an experiment that proves the flat earth is wrong. But that to me, your demeanor, it says that you would be the main person to want to provide that evidence. You on this channel all the time speaking hard about what you believe in, and you actually have evidence that I guess you're holding as a wild card or something, or it's too precious to just reveal to flat earthers that could just prove them wrong, but you don't have that evidence. That says right there, dog, that when Bo Sanchez asked you that question, yes, it's fatality, dog, because you're too
No,
sure
it's not.
about what
I
you
have all
believe
the
in,
evidence. You know
and
why?
there ain't no
Because
proof.
flat
Do you see?
earthers
Hold up. Do you see the information? Hey, do you see the information that Bro Sanchez brings to us about all this shit that he's talking about, man? Excuse the profanity. That's somebody who's willing to not only do the research, but to show and prove. Like it ain't about going on his word, it's about showing the evidence. This is why you can
You guys
debate
hear me?
against Globers and this and that, bro.
Oh, okay.
That shit crazy, man.
BZ, what's up? You there?
Oh, y'all. Okay.
I think I got muted. Yeah, but I was saying like just like Bro Sanchez, if you look at everything that he do and all the information that he provides to show what he's talking about and this and that, and you know what I'm saying, that's passion. It seemed like you got so much passion into convincing flat earthers that we live on a ball, and you just admitted that you have proof that would that should convince us, but yet there's no passion into delivering the evidence. It's just kind of crazy to me. And as far as the 24-hour sun, like you say, the thing, I think you are sent here because what's happening is you're trying to paint the picture that flat earthers are, it's basically like the headline that flat earthers are in a meltdown and this and that, and they turning on their own people. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy for people to do that. And then you mention that it's happening because y'all proved that the earth was round. And nobody proved that the earth was round because we see
That's the whole thing. Yeah, I know.
Okay,
BZ. All right, BZ.
I just got to make you understand what I'm saying. Like, Ros Sanchez, and I'm sure you watched the video that before they even took the trip, he was on there in the main topic.
No, he was not. No, he was not. Bro Sanchez did not mention flat Earth again until after Christmas because the last time Jeran was on, that was the last time he mentioned flat Earth.
I'm talking about
the show everything, man. I'm a hawk.
Hey, listen, bro. Listen to me, because I'm sure you watched this.
Yeah, you ain't listening.
That was a show that he came on with talking about the trip that they was taking to Antarctica, right? And I think the guy Lindsay the guy Lindsay was on that show explaining how a 24-hour sun does not eat. Not only does it not prove a globe, it don't make sense on a globe. It's impossible on a globe. But he also gave you why what's happening with the or the reason why you see in a 24-hour sun or whatever. So in that video, what I'm basically saying is that Bro Sanchez was on there already saying that a 24-hour sun does not prove the globe, and y'all went in there, spent all that money, took that miserable trip that everybody said that they had to look at a 24-hour sun because y'all thought
the point is,
no, we didn't go down there. We didn't go down there to prove the 24-hour sun.
Hold up, Rob. The point is, we've already stood on the fact in the flat Earth community that sky observations don't change the shape of the ground. Even Jeran taught that at one point. So this wouldn't be no different. Go ahead.
So that's why, but that's my whole point. So why are you so mad at him just because he said he's seen a 24-hour sun?
Nobody mad at him for that. Listen, I want to answer. Stop. Yo, I want y'all to. Yo, I'm talking, bro. Chill out, man. Listen, nobody mad at him because he saw a 24-hour sun. What we mad at him is that he's saying it's now a globe and the Earth can't be flat because of that. It's a big ball. That's his current stance.
He didn't say that.
He said that if you do that again, I'm going to boot you, bro. You talking to a person that talked to the man myself. I'm about to kick you off, man. Like, because you lying right. I talked to the man twice. He doubled down on it more than one time. He's still saying it on his channel. Like, what are you doing? That's what I don't get about you. Why do that? Just deal with what he's saying versus try to do that, bro. That's stupid.
And what Rob don't understand that it's a desperate claim. Like, globers are desperate to say that if you see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, that
nobody mad at him for we're not mad at him for that. We're not mad at him for that.
Spherical object.
That's what we mad at him about. That's false dichotomy. You telling me that it only works this way. That's what's a lie right there. That's the lie right there.
Show me that.
There are several okay, check this out, right? Are you aware of that the sun doesn't triangulate? That when different people look at the sun, there is no single triangulation from their line of sight toward the sun, all of those people. Are you aware of that? Because if not, you can't even have this conversation.
Yeah, I definitely am aware of the fact that you can't show me any map or model that will show me a 20.
Okay, see what I'm saying, y'all?
25,000 Home Depots.
That's how you get. Yeah. That's what you get from these Home Depot earthers, man. You see what I just told him? Because he know that that's real, and he gotta admit to it. And when he admit to it, he realize where this is about to go.
Come on now, dog.
Daddy Sanchez.
Come on, man.
Sanchez.
I'm rolling.
Cameras on, everybody. Appreciate you so much for that. Talk to me though, Brent. What you got for me?
Camera on.
We gotta let Brent go. I'm not really trusting Brent's account. I
don't trust him either, bro.
Yeah, we letting you go.
I'm rolling. Had to get his ass up out of there.
No, hey, Bro Sanchez, I've been holding my phone for like 2 hours, man. If I put my phone up, will you please not mute me because I can't reach in and mute. I'm muted. I'll be quiet though.
You good? You good? What's good, my sister? Yeah. So
peace and love.
Yeah, if anybody want the mic, just interject. But Rob trying to make, and that's what my thing, like everybody from that side coming with a false dichotomy of that it can only work this way and no way else. My whole thing about a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, if Jeran agreed that he measured it flat, and I don't even hear no glober going at Jeran for that. I don't hear no glober going and saying, Jeran, ain't no way you could have measured it flat, man, because it's a curve. They letting him have that. They're maintaining it. They're maintaining. Look, they maintain, because the globers are saying, yeah, you're going to measure it flat. That's because it's such a big ball. And that's what Jeran's saying now.
But ain't nobody also calling him out on with it, saying this in the first place. I'm like, ain't nobody saying if you just thinking of this now, it was other globe earthers making the argument that
Well,
he's making now then.
yeah.
So
Well, you
I'm
want to know what
saying,
happened?
why
You
wasn't
want
this a thing?
because you want to know what happened was, but even before they got there, they had trouble working a basic compasses on their phones and even the compasses they brought. When they got to Antarctica, they realized that the Globers that came there were very prepared. There's over 24 experiments done over there on the Antarctica. So it was an experiment. It was the final experiment. They did multiple of them. All the videos are coming out in the next few weeks here. Will Duffy is going to just delightfully release this and just laugh as you guys try to cope with
it. Hey man, shut this. If he think releasing footage of a 24-hour sun in Antarctica debunks flat Earth, then you know what? That lie's just as big as that gap in his mouth. I don't understand why Rob coming up trying to change the debate from the shape of the earth and that it don't spin. We don't care what the sun doing. We ain't gonna let y'all change the narrative, Rob, and try to make it like when he releases this footage of that sun doing that, man, if he don't release no footage of the curve, then he ain't showing me what I want. See, y'all think y'all slick. We asked for a curve, bro. We are called flat earthers, not 24-hour sunners. I never asked you for a 24-hour sun.
they measure the curve there too. Don't worry. It's coming out soon. They measure the curve.
What you should be
but
able
to
to
keep it,
hold on.
Yeah, MC2.
Hold on.
all them guys measure.
Why you got to go to Antarctica to measure the curve if it's all around Earth?
Right.
Oh, they were there. Why not? They were
That's
there. Why
desperate,
not?
bro. That's that's
No, it's not
desperate,
desperate.
man.
They
Like,
went there to go do
Right.
yeah, it
experiments, and
is.
now you're
It
calling it
is.
desperate. That's what I'm saying. You guys are
No, I'm
desperate.
saying it's desperate.
They went
Like,
there to
just
do
look at
experiments,
what
and
you're
now you're
Now
here
saying.
to
watch
say
this
go
Look at
do
though.
what you're saying. Like,
experiments.
I'm gonna
y'all
show y'all.
realize,
I'm gonna show y'all
I
how
got you
silly.
guys. You guys
I'm
got
gonna show
nothing on me.
y'all.
I'll bury you
I'm gonna
guys.
show y'all right how silly globe earthers are. Right? Don't you know in Antarctica they got sheets of ice that go for the size of big cities and
Or if
states.
he chosen one.
Now,
Or if
now,
he
now
chosen one.
watch this, right? They got big I'm talking about ice sheets, right? That goes for miles, bro. The size of cities and
How do
states,
you
right?
know? You been there?
Check this out, right? This is what the globe earthers teach, though. So check this out. I'm using their own teachings against them. It don't matter if I believe it or not, or if I've been there. I'm finna show you how what they say debunk what they say. So you can't play me with that. And if you interrupt me again, I'm gonna put you out. Now check this out, right? You got ice sheets that go for the size of cities, states. This what they tell us, right? I want y'all to show me an ice sheet that's able to arch up because you know how brittle ice is. And you know a sheet is what? A plane, right? It ain't ice bowls because on a globe, they got Antarctica as this big ice bowl. But guess what, though? If we want to deal with ice, I want y'all to, reduplicate this. So my whole thing is this, Rob. How can you be in Antarctica with your shirt off, Rob? How? Because the last time
I'll
I
take my
checked,
shirt off right now, man. It's 10 degrees out. I'll take my shirt off right now.
let me tell you something, Rob.
You're a Southern boy.
Let me tell you something, Rob. I watch many survival videos. Is what I do. I was in the infantry, right? And I'm gonna tell you what I know.
No, you
I'm
don't
gonna
lie to me about that.
Okay, so let me go ahead and take you off, man, because he just hating, right? Because my life is more successful than his. You know, Rob lives in a tent somewhere in backwoods, backwater, Flint, Michigan. And, he got a big old bucket where he just probably spits chewing tobacco in it all day and don't dump it. And it fills up and overfloweth with chocolate milk. So we're going to leave Rob alone because Rob don't know how to behave. And, Rob give me the vibe of a dude that'll let snot run down and then lick it off the top of his top lip. So let's get him up out of here. Let's go to the next caller.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey,
let me grab it
yeah.
real quick. I'm gonna give it right to y'all. Let me grab it right quick. I'm gonna give it right to y'all. A couple sentences. To me, a 24-hour sun, right? To me, is still more logical on a flat plane than it would be on a globe spinning. So even by them saying that, I'm like, okay, well, let's say it's not spinning. Wouldn't it be easier to be a 24-hour sun at that location if ain't nothing spinning versus everything spinning, going through the galaxy, and it does that. So regardless what they talk about, it's a flat plane, and the world move around us. The only thing that's round is the thing that move around us. Ain't nothing else round. It's the cosmic A. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all get the mic. I just wanted to punch in. Y'all got it.
Yeah. Yeah, because my
Hey,
whole thing is, just to piggyback on what Drop saying, if we observe a 24-hour sun, why not? If you want to move the goalpost, what I like about flat earthers, we'll let you move the goalpost. If you don't want to deal with the shape of the ground no more, if you want to talk about what the sun doing, we'll debate you on that, and we'll come with more better explanations of how the sun work on a flat earth than a globe earth. But they don't want to do that. They just want to say it can only work on our model and not yours. Therefore, let's end the debate. And that's coward. Y'all want to stop fighting so bad. If you thought you was winning this fight, why would you want to stop fighting? The losers want to stop, not the winners. They was hoping that this final experiment would end the debate. But we like, no, we got an explanation for that. And they like, y'all do? No, it can only work our way on our globe. We don't want to hear your explanations. That ain't fair. We letting y'all change the goalposts. At least let us have an argument about the sun and how it work on ours too, with you now. They said, nope, if it works, if we see it in Antarctica, we don't want to hear nothing you got to say about it because it can only work on a globe. See, they was looking for some kind of psyop to end this whole debate anyway. And this is what the final experiment is.
So here's the reality, all right? Once they changed the cosmology to a heliocentric model, they had two problems. One, you had to make it a globe, so oceans have to convex. And two, the Earth has to be rotating and orbiting in an ellipse. The fact is, both of those things are physically impossible, plain and simple. So they're going to do everything they can to distract from that very simple point and keep our eyes on the sky, which cannot be substantiated, which cannot be measured. See, this is the issue. The globe was debunked. Once you debunk the model, it's gone. There really is no flat Earth model. The original Zetetics over 120 years ago laid it all down. No matter what you observe in the sky, all physical observation shows that standing bodies of water are level, whether it's your bathtub, your swimming pool, the lake down the street, or the Pacific Ocean. That's facts. So just to say that this observation and somehow proves their impossible model makes zero sense whatsoever. It's simply an appeal to consensus and an appeal to authority. It's not backed by any evidence whatsoever. This is the elephant in the room. This is what Globers consistently ignore. They want to take us to theory, conjecture constantly, but consistently ignore physical demonstration, practical reality, and applied physics. That's the issue. Until they can show how rivers can flow uphill against gravity, there's no globe. As soon as they can show how there can be a rotating Earth without displacement of matter, there's no globe. Until they can show how you can have an atmosphere without a container, there's no globe. These are the facts. The globe never gets off the ground. So to argue these points really make no sense. The fundamentals remain. That's why they spend so much energy on the indoctrination, whether it's Hollywood, NASA, academia, on and on and on, because the globe can only exist in your mind. It's fanciful because it's literally impossible. That's the facts, plain and simple.
These are facts. You cannot have an atmosphere that's based of gases on a globe and we ain't enclosed. It's just a lot of things that disprove the globe, and one little observation is not going to stop all of that. They don't want to deal with the things that we point out. They want to make their own little, false dichotomy. Go ahead. Salutes to
Hey,
everybody.
And
hey,
to me,
bro, can I say something? Drop real quick.
yeah, you got it.
Hey, bro, they losing so bad with this debate now, and you know the mainstream media makes it look like they winning this debate though, but they losing this debate so bad, bro. Like they're starting to push. You know how they had to change Admiral Byrd where he said after when he said it, like they made a whole story, the hollow earth theory after he died and shit. But they starting to push that shit on Netflix right now, bro. Like they're trying to push different cosmologies because they don't even realize that mad people are realizing that the globe just don't fit, it don't work. It doesn't work in so many ways. It's flawed. So they're trying to throw out different cosmologies out there. They're trying to throw out different cosmologies out there right now. They're like if you go to Netflix and look at that new Godzilla movie, bro, they're trying to push the hollow Earth theory right now.
Now,
Yeah, bro,
sometimes I
it's
believe,
sad too. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
sometimes I believe this is some abyss type shit. Above, so
No
below, and this is the
profanity.
big air. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Where it's like the abyss or whatever, and we in a big air pocket, and this is all water, and I could see the air pocket being a globe, but we still would be inside of the air pocket, so it
Right.
still would be a cosmic egg. So
That's
there's no way you can make the land and water round regardless. Now, this is just my theory, and I'm gonna pass the mic. Here go my theory. It's infinite. It never ends. You can go left, right, far as you want to go, and it'll never be an ending. You know how they would say, "Yeah, would you fall off the side of the? You'll fall off the side of." No, that's just when I look at the flat Earth model, that's just a little piece. Now I'm saying take that forever. Take that little disc we showing them with the ice wall, and then make a billion ice walls meters apart from each other, not meters, but miles. We could say 1,000,000 miles, and the ring will keep doing a ripple effect forever. But yeah, y'all got it.
Salutes to the
Do you
panel.
think? Yeah.
Salutes to the panel. Hey, bro, what's up, man? This is your boy EF, man. First of all, I want to say, hey, big ups on the new setup, man. I see you doing big things, man. Um, you know, I I'm really not big on the flat Earth, globe Earth debate in general, but I am big on debates and the ethics of debate a lot. So the point that I really had in the whole takeaway is there any level of concern about the shape of the earth in the mind of flat earthers? Now here's my stance. My stance is on both sides there's a group of people who just won't bend or won't even consider the other alternative. And
well.
in the
That's
debate,
false. That's false. That
no,
part
I'm saying
false.
no. What I'm saying on both sides, there are people. I'm not saying that both sides neither would bend. I'm saying on both sides, there are groups of people that won't bend. Right?
Well, hold up. That's false though, because the reason I'm saying that is because every flat earther was born into the globe. It ain't the other way around. Every flat earther was a globe earther before. So it ain't like that we won't bend. It's that that's all we ever knew. And the moment we challenged it, we found out just like everything else, they lying to us about that. So it ain't like we won't bend. It's like saying a person that know 2 + 2, you can't tell them it's 5 now. Now I know people don't, if you don't think the earth flat, you might not go with that analogy, but that's what I'm saying. It ain't like flat earthers won't bend. I mean, most flat earthers know the globe better than the globe earther. You know what I'm saying? It was all we knew. It was the first thing we was. We was globe earthers for longer than we was flat earthers in our life. So,
That's true. Uh, um, yeah, and I guess, just for the sake of saying, you can kind of say that every globe earther was a flat earther when they was before they knew what a globe was.
No,
But
man,
No,
come on.
that's
argument.
that's
but-
crazy, right?
no,
That's crazy, bro.
no,
That's
check
crazy,
out,
bro.
check out my life.
Nah, bro. Nah,
Check
nah,
out,
bro.
hold
Hold
on,
up, bro. Nah, hold up,
check
bro.
out my
Hold
life, Sanchez.
on.
Wait up, what did he just say, bro? What did he say, bro?
Hold 1 second. Listen, bro. If a person born and raised in the church and that's all they know is the Bible, you can't say that's the same as a person that didn't, man. Like, you can't flip that around. Like, the thing is, we weren't born with nothing else but the globe. And the flat earther know what it's like to be a globe earther, but the globe earther don't have no idea what it's like to be a flat earther. We've been on both sides and they haven't. So you can't make that analogy. The point is, I've been on both sides. It's like a Christian that left the church and found out, hey, that was a lie, or found out something truth about it that took them beyond being just a church believing Christian, right? I'm just saying, though, I don't really want to go into a whole spiel about how a globe earther is a flat earther, because that is, like, to me, is insulting, because globe earthers hate us so much that they censoring us and spending millions of dollars to silence this thing. And this would be such a theoretical place to go, when it, to me, I would rather you get back on, because you was going somewhere originally. You ain't gonna convince me that a globe earther nothing like me, but you can try. I'm just telling you, wasting your time on that. Yeah.
Well, okay, hold on. Y'all let me go. Look, I got 10% battery. I'm on my way to work. I'm finna shoot this spiel, and I'm gonna mute up and I'm gonna drive. Okay, I'm sitting in the parking lot.
Let me go next, man. Let me go.
That's crazy.
But here I go. Like I said, for me, this is in the spirit of conversation. Just good conversation for me, right? I don't have a dog in the fight. I wouldn't care if the shape of the planet is a triangle.
So I feel you. Go ahead.
Here's my thing. By the understanding that I've gained from listening to you, mainly to you, the flat Earth observation is that we see.
Why would it be an observation?
Because based off of what I've heard you say over the 8, 9 years.
Well, you heard me definitely say it's the truth.
Yeah, it's the truth based off of what you observe. Whenever I talk to you about,
I didn't say that. I say it's the truth based on what I can measure and prove.
Right.
That's what I say.
Okay. Well, based off what you can measure and prove. Now, me and you had a debate, and I said, "Show me your model." You pulled up pictures of the Earth being flat. Am I correct?
Yep.
Right.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I didn't pull up the AE map when you asked me that. I pulled up horizon lines.
You pull up horizon lines. I'm not gonna lie on you. I'm gonna keep it
because that's my model, and Jeran and them try to make it like the AE map my model. That's just a symbol I use to show that, hey, the Earth is a flat circle. We're enclosed in ice wall.
And after I say what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna get into what Zetetic Warrior said. It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be like a minute. I'm gonna give you one quick minute. Okay. So and the other thing that you talk about is when you go outside, the Earth is flat. When you walk, the Earth is flat. When you walk around the corner, you walk around the corner. These are things that I hear you say. So the reason I said that you could say that everybody was a flat earther, because when you're young, before somebody teaches you the globe, the Earth is flat. It's your natural observation.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't know how you was raised, but when I first came into the world, everybody in my family told me that God and Jesus was real and that the Earth was a globe in space. Because I think you're trying to make it like, well, before they taught you the globe Earth. No, it was it was no before with me. The moment I was born learning about the globe, it was no before they taught the flat Earth. That's the part where you making stuff up where it ain't really true. Most people, hold on. Most people born in this country ain't no before they taught you the Bible. Bro, I was raised with the Bible. What you mean before? All I knew was Christ. But I can't finish, man. Listen, the moment I was able to think and even formulate thoughts, that's what they taught me, even as a baby, before I can even reason right. So I don't understand this before period. I just don't.
Okay, so as for me myself personally, I observed things before I was taught things. I mean, like when I was little, they wasn't teaching me about the shape of the earth. They was teaching me my ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. You know,
Right.
and then they would give you the blocks.
And when you went to school, they taught you it was a globe.
Right. So that's when they taught me. That's when I was indoctrinated into the globe. But
And
before
guess
that,
what?
I observed.
When you went to school, that was when you was able to formulate thoughts and stuff. Nobody was a little bitty child saying, I observe a flat earth. You weren't even thinking about no shape of the earth as a child. But the moment you started to think, they told you it was a globe. And I ain't finna let you sit up here and act like you was some special child that's better than the rest of us, bro. All of us, guess what? When we was children, we wasn't thinking about the shape of the earth. And when we started thinking about the shape of the earth, we thought about it as a globe because that's what they taught us. And it ain't nothing else you can say. Ain't no way around that. That's how it was for everybody. And I'm speaking for you too. I don't believe you. If you say anything else, I don't believe you, man. So we just got to agree to disagree, but you can make your point. I don't think it was ever a time before you knew, like, I was born into the lie and I didn't get the truth till later in my life. So I figured out, I never had a time in my life where I can say, yeah, man, when I was a little bitty baby, I had the truth before they taught me to lie. I can't say that because when I was a little bitty baby, I didn't even know what the hell the truth was. I knew what toys and candy was. That's it. When I start thinking about what the truth is and what the earth is, by then I was in school and some teacher was telling me some bull crap.
Hey, the first time I ever thought of the
Shout out to my brother Marswell, my bad. Go ahead, drop.
The first time I ever thought of what the shape of the earth was in kindergarten. I walked into the classroom and they had a globe and I was spinning it. And the teacher said, don't touch that. It had ridges on Africa. It had all kind of things. And I was looking at it like, this where we live? That's the first time I ever thought about the shape of a earth or anything.
Same here, drop.
So once I saw the globe, I was convinced. I was studying Neptune, Mars.
What?
I was studying how all the planets supposed to rotate into the sun,
that's believable. Now when I hear a story like that, I say, okay, I can relate to that. That's this type stuff I went through. But I can't believe a person that try to act like they better like them. You was in.
I'm not saying, look, come on now, y'all. Let's not be disingenuous, bro. Because I'm not saying I was thinking about the shape of the earth.
Bro, you trying to make it like you had the truth as a child and you weren't indoctrinated, though.
I know we're not talking about what I'm trying to make it like. What I'm doing is saying, for the sake of conversation.
No, for the sake of truth, bro. For the sake of truth,
for the sake of truth. For the sake of truth, when you walk on a flat. When you walk on a flat surface. Somebody told you, hey, you're walking on a flat surface, but the world is round. You didn't care about the shape of the world until somebody told you about it. That's what I'm saying. So the observation was everything is flat. Then somebody told you, but it's round, and then you were like, okay, your mind is blown. So let me move on from that because this is a minute point. But what I'm talking about is,
and that's a little different than saying
the
we was
construction. Listen, what I'm saying, what I'm talking about is the construction of a conversation. Follow me without the argument.
But you neglect our journey when you do that, bro.
No. You neglecting my journey because listen. But no, you're neglecting my journey because what I'm saying as an intellectual, what I'm saying is I can have a logical conversation without an argument based off of rational thought.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying, and all I'm saying is that over the progression of time, we've all been indoctrinated into lies. You had no information about the earth until the only thing you knew is that I'm learning how to walk. My shoes is flat. You didn't even know what flat was, but you observed you was able to walk straight.
That's not true, though, bro.
You didn't even know what the word flat was, bro. Somebody taught you the word flat.
Listen, bro. You had your senses, bro.
But somebody taught you what the word meant.
Back to common sense, bro.
The point is,
just let me get
because
to my
look, he
point.
missing the point. The point is, we all grew up indoctrinated with the lie, and we had to find out the truth later in life on our own because this world don't teach you the truth. That was my point. That was the whole point.
I agree with that, bro. That's what I'm saying. I agree with that 100%. But this is where I'm trying to get to. just like you said, your model is what you showed me, right? Now you go to a brother like Zetetic Warrior, who said there is no flat Earth model, and the
He's right.
globe has a model that can be debunked, right? And as soon as you debunk the model, the globe is disproved. Now, all I'm saying is, for me as a listener, as a side, inobjective sidebar.
No, what I'm telling you, Zetetic is right. They have a model, we don't. Because the reason they got a model, because they saying you can't see the curve from the ground. So they got to produce an example in a computer to show you what the earth would look like as a ball, but yet they supposed to have a real picture of it. That's a whole nother story. But they have excuses for why they have to produce a quote unquote model. And we don't need a model because we just tell people, look, go outside and you measure the ground flat. We not telling people if you get off the ground, it becomes a ball. The moment you say that, you need a model and some math to make that make sense, right? And that's when you start going into all of these theories and all of that stuff that we easily debunk. But if we're saying, hey, it's flat because we measure it flat from the ground and we ain't making no other claims, then we just got to go out there and prove it's flat on the ground. Now, if somebody say, well, duh, it's flat on the ground, but it's really just a big ball. Now, that's a belief. I can't prove that. What turns into the belief part.
No, I get that. And so all I'm saying is, when you're having these kind of conversations, I would wonder if at some point somebody who knows that the earth is flat, do they ever question that? And if you never question it, you're being disingenuous.
That's not true, man. That's not true at all.
That's not true.
Like,
exactly.
I'm about to turn over.
The thing is, you question the globe, bro. Like when you are indoctrinated with the idea of the globe, just like because like when you said you was trying to make the point about we all was flat earthers before we were globers, and that wasn't true. And Bro Sanchez gave you examples why that wasn't true, and then you had to change it, right? So if we all indoctrinated, we all globers first. The minute we have the thought and go into school, and they got a globe in every classroom, that's the first thing you see when you walk into the class. So you can't call me disingenuous when I have already questioned what the hell I was indoctrinated with. And now that I done questioned it, and I done did the research, and I done did the study, and I done watched lectures and other people who, give you all types of information as to why the earth is flat, you're sitting up here telling us to question our thoughts of everything that we put up against the globe. You know what I'm saying? And the same time you're saying that to us, you really should be saying that to globers, because they were the people who were indoctrinated, and then they're continuing to hold on to the indoctrination by not questioning what they was taught to believe since the first grade.
Okay. Let me get the mic right here real quick. F, hold on a second. F, I gotta take a commercial break and respect the people that's supporting the show. Give me about 30 seconds. Shout out to Adam McMahon for that super chat. Thank you, sir. Shout out to my brother Ironwork. Make sure y'all sub up to Ironwork's channel to stay up to date with the final experiment and to follow us along with these crazy series of events. He got a good community over there he building. Shout out to him. He said, Bro Sanchez, thanks for coming to the show. Please come up at any time and be part of the panel. For sure. Shout out to East W. Thank you so much. He said, if they are going to use your life on the line, then that sounds like the government saying in the name of national security, we can lie and deceive. They plan. That's interesting. I'm going to have to meditate on that one more. Vara, thank you so much. Says salutes to Z as well. Keep up the good work, bro. Yeah, salutes to Zetetic Warrior. Shout out to CHKDG8. Said, bro, you're monetized. Hell yeah, man. Congrats. Hey, appreciate that, man. We are. Shout out to John144. Thank you so much, sir. Shout out to Flat Out Fudge as well. He said, also, if you were born a certain time, the movies got you before school, and this debate really is just a matter of propaganda versus fundamental understanding. Thank y'all so much. Go ahead, guys.
25,000 Home Depots.
No, I was just saying I do pose the same ideas to anybody that I speak to about the conversation. I'm not just because I'm not against either side.
Hold
I just
on,
want
man. You're
I
acting
just
like there's an
I
equal
just want to push. I just want to
conversation.
push an honest conversation when you have a debate, not to be one sided and not to be one track mind. That's all that I'm saying.
And
Dude,
who are you saying
you're
that
straw
to?
man and everybody here, man. Look, nobody's being one track. Look, once you
you can't
find out
label
that's
us like that.
look, man. Once you find out Santa Claus isn't real, you can never think he's real again. Once I found out that Hulk Hogan and Macho Man were drinking beer after the wrestling matches, I never could think it's real again, man. Once you discover a lie is a lie, it's gone. So that's what the globe is, man. So you're trying to give it equal weight.
And it
It's the same
doesn't.
thing Jeran's doing. It's the same psyop. When something's impossible, it can't be possible anymore. That's it.
And
So
then you
so
can
that
and
mindset that the brother got is
and now hold on one second. Let's say, okay, we found out the globe ain't possible. And let's say, well, somebody actually think flat earth ain't possible either. It still ain't equal weight because the flat earthers still have done the research on both models. The globe earther only done enough research on the flat earther model to try to debunk it. You see, that's my thing is like, if a person know the globe model and they say, I know the globe model in and out, I'm fascinated with space, and it breaks their heart because they learned ancient cosmology and they find out ancient cosmology is actually the truth. For example, like in this image, the sun ain't 93 million miles away. We can see it right there in the clouds. Now my mind start to look at the world different. And I start to see reality the way the ancestors saw it. And I love this new way of knowing that the stars is close. The sky ain't that high up. Ain't no scary space in between me and the heavens and all that. But my whole thing beyond that is that it's not equal weight because most people know the globe since they was born and they gonna die knowing that. If you're a flat earther, and even if the earth ain't flat, you still know something other than what you was told. So let's say the flat earth wrong and the globe wrong. You still know more than the globe. He can't say factually that the flat earth wrong because he didn't research it. You can cancel it out and say, well, the earth ain't a globe, the earth ain't flat, but let me keep moving and saying what else it is. He can't cancel out the second one. So either way it go, it ain't an equal weight because one person learned two different things and one person only know what we all learned our whole life. A globalist ain't teaching me nothing new when they teach me about gravity and the globe. Like, I didn't fail science class, bro. I was in the Air Force, bro. I can teach the globe myself. I'm teaching the globalist something new when I'm teaching them about the flat earth. So it's never equal weight. Shout out to Barnes. And Barnes, I'm about to read your super chat and I'm going to turn the mic over. Says, do y'all think it's possible that Jeran and Austin, we see post the final experiment? Okay, we see post TFE are really just deep fakes. Both of their personalities changed after the trip. Not just their perceptions change. It is possible they are deep fakes. They ain't deep fakes. Now, I'm going to tell you what's so funny about the word deep fake, right? They are deep fakes, but they ain't deep fakes. Because when you think about a deep fake, you thinking about a computer animation. They ain't one of those, but they are some fakers who are wolves in sheep clothes, and they are deeply implanted within us as if they're one of us. So they are deep fakes, but they not deep fakes. If y'all know what I mean, drop a 1 on that in the chat room.
For sure. Flat power, bro. Look, I want to add something to this, bro. Hey, look, to those that don't know, look, man, this is a new era of flat power, man. Man, we ain't going for all that, bro. Look, man, we standing on this. We learned the Crab Nebula first. Now we standing on the Hebrew cosmos, bro. If you don't know about the journey, bro, I mean, I really don't understand. The foundation is not coming down. It's too late for the movement. We are here. Bring on all the attacks. Hey, man, we run over everybody, man. Real talk.
Ain't nothing changed. That's facts.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, salute to the panel. I ain't mean to cut you off, Lord. Hey, look, I just got a question. Man, I was looking at the video you got on the screen or whatever, man. I don't know too much about cameras or whatever, but I just want to add, how do they keep the sun centered? You know what I mean? In that, you know what I mean? What happened?
It's a lot of questions I
The
got about
paper.
that video, bro.
Yeah, hold up.
I'm gonna pull it back up for y'all.
Yeah, man. I don't know too much about cameras, man, but how they keep the camera centered and they following it, you know what I mean?
Well, they got these 360 cams is one thing I do know, and they able to do that. But let me pull this up real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, they got them tracking cams. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Hey man, I just
Hey,
want,
hold
I
on,
just want,
B,
I
hold
just
on.
want to be. Hold on, bro. I've been waiting
See
for
that
like
globe
a
behind?
minute.
I see the globe behind.
I just got a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, me personally, man, I don't even believe that they witnessed the 24-hour sun because it's things about the sky that we do know for a fact. Like we do know where our GPS comes from. It comes from the vortex in the center, the North Pole. We do know that the sky does spin like a clock. That's the wheel. I watch the sun set up farther south every season. We know seasons and days come 24 hours. We know it's a circular cycle. We know it's a circle. So there's no way I believe it. Everything, I mean, the sun rests on the tropics.
I'm gonna tell you something. They're trying to make us be scared to pick this footage apart. Like if you try to pick at it and all that, something wrong with you. But it's several little fishy things I see the more I look at this. So I'm gonna tell you right now, that ground don't look real. And
Not to cut you.
it goes back to it wasn't
See,
no
that's what I was
footprints.
saying.
Yeah.
Not to cut, not to cut y'all off, man. I do a lot of video editing, man. This is very easy to reproduce, man. Something like this is very easy.
They say, well, they just want to say it's fake, but bro, a person walking in the snow and not leaving not one impression, a footprint, or nothing. That's crazy.
Hey, so how would that work on forensic photo forensics? I don't know which way it go, but how would that work on that? If like with that putting that in that app or whatever that is, the website would be able to tell us something fishy about the environment itself, the background, or even the snow. Because everybody, like the flat earthers that was talking about it was fake and everything. I heard a lot of people talking about the sun looked weird. Like it didn't look like a real sun. Now, I'm not one for saying that it was fake. They didn't go. They was in the studio. Like I'm not one for even dealing with that because like I'm almost convinced that even if there was a 24, let's say there is a 24-hour sun, like they still haven't proven that the Earth is spinning or that it's a ball. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I'm not trying to debunk. I'm not trying to deal with the fact that it was fake and this and that. But if it was, yeah, it needs to be exposed. But just like Bro Sanchez says, like as soon as we start picking it apart, that's what they're gonna do. It's just like I feel the brother's in that same mode. He don't have a dog in the fight, but he's kind of being influenced by the whole idea that the flat earth is just closed-minded and everything, and they just won't let it go. Well, that's the narrative, bro. That's the narrative.
I'm gonna tell you something. For you to be a flat earther, you probably one of the most open-minded people on earth. Real talk. Because I'm gonna tell you what I found out in the conspiracy theory, quote unquote, world. People believe all kind of conspiracies from aliens to Anunnaki to giants to there was no planes to all kind of stuff, right? You know, there was no planes during that date, that famous date. But check this out, right? Then they'll be like, but why would they lie to us about the flat earth? Like for you to go into flat earth is really the red pill. It's the fire red pill. It's the one that don't nobody want to pick up, it burn your hand. So my whole thing is you can't open-minded, like closed-minded and flat earthers shouldn't go in the same sentence if you ask me. But
but you know, hey, that's what I was saying about like with it, like people got all these camera tricks nowadays. I like the brother just said, like it ain't about trying to debunk their video, where when you're looking at it, it do kind of look like it was staged. anyway, you know what I'm saying? But Antarctica may look like that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let's point out some of the reasons why people think it's staged. Check this out, right? Peep game.
The one thing is, how can they center that sun and it rotate? That's my question, really.
I told you, because they got 360 cams. We got 360 cams. Look them up.
That can follow the sun?
It don't have to follow it, because it's basically got a whole 360 view the way the camera made. You know, it don't miss. Like, my camera will have to follow it because I don't have a 360 camera, so I will have to pan it. But these 360 cams, to my understanding, it basically can record in a 360. I guess it got a camera in the front, one in the back, so it don't have to really turn. I guess another camera takes over when the sun get out of the view of the next one.
Right.
So they had a software that put the sun in the middle of the image.
They got
I went back and listened to it. They had a software that they use that once they record the video, the camera follows the path. You know, like it rotates with the sun, and then when they put the images, when they, you know, cause they break them down in the like PNGs or whatever, and when they put the images into the software centers the image into the middle of the video.
Okay. I mean, I believe it.
But the whole thing, but the point that I want to make is this, though. The reason why people don't trust the footage is because of this right here, man. Check this out.
For comparative purposes,
here go reason number one. Let's get clarity.
He says to the camera, "There."
So they asked Whitsett why there was no breath coming from his mouth, and he faked the breath with a vape, and that blew up. They also asked him to pick up some snow to prove he's in Antarctica, and this is what led to these next series of scenes.
Now let's watch as Mick Toon and Austin Whitsett respond to commenters asking them to show their breath in the Antarctic. As they blow hot air out their mouths in freezing temperatures,
and I want to comment
there
on
should be
Hey, y'all can't hear it, could you? I don't think I'm sharing the sound with y'all. Hold on. Y'all can't even
I couldn't hear
it.
it. But I want to comment on it after you finish.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna tear it up. Check it out, y'all.
Now let's watch as Mick Toon and Austin Whitsett respond to commenters asking them to show their breath in the Antarctic. As they blow hot air out their mouths in freezing temperatures, there should be a cloudy mist that forms in front of their faces as the water vapor in their breath condenses. Instead, however, every time they blow, not a trace of fog appears. In Whitsett's live stream, he claimed this was because the air was allegedly too dry there. Someone then asks him to pick up some snow, which he initially refuses to do because his hands would be too cold. So he turns his camera off, walks into the shed to grab some gloves, then comes back in front of the camera and exhales 1.5 breaths, which now mysteriously do show vapor appearing in front of his face, only to abruptly stop again. He says to the camera, "There's a little breath. What's up now?"
A little breath.
As if somehow proving the skeptics wrong, and claiming
that sound like dad, I boo-boo.
That he took a sip of water in the shed, which was supposed to account for it. Another camera, recording from a different angle, however, caught Whitsett while exiting the shed, doing what appears to be hitting a vape pen, just before turning his camera back on. For comparative purposes, here is what someone's breath looks like during winter in Maine, U.S.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all something right now. This is winter in Maine. Now, I want y'all to think about something. Imagine it being nighttime in Maine and you outside chilling with your shirt off. I'm going to tell y'all something right now. For everybody that say Las Vegas is hot, guess what? Las Vegas is freezing at night, though. I don't know if y'all know about deserts, but they be hot. It's dynamic. Now, I'm in Vegas, and I'm not taking off my shirt in Vegas at night, bro. I got to take the trash out of some nights. Bro, I'm just going out down right here outside the house. I'm bundling up. I'm telling y'all right now, if you watch any survival videos, there are people dying from hypothermia because they underestimate Mother Nature in these survival videos, and they ain't even in Antarctica. But let's watch this. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
USA. Every time you exhale, there is a visibly noticeable cloudy fog that condenses from the difference in temperature between the hot air in your lungs and the cold air outside. So after exhaling his vape hit into the camera, rather than picking up some of the snow that was all around him, for some reason, Austin walks several feet away and picks up a bit of snow from over there.
Now that's the part I want to talk about before we move any further. When Austin walks up, hold on, one at a time, bro. I got y'all.
Okay.
When Austin walks over there to get the snow, I want everybody to look at Austin's feet and look at the snow. Tell me why when Austin is walking to get the snow, ain't no footprints. This is damning. Look at
snow that was all around him.
Now, when Eric Debate hit play, look right here where my mouse is. He's about to walk. All this is fresh snow. Y'all can see in front of his feet. It's a bunch of fresh snow before he get to some messed up snow right there. Now, he finna walk through all this fresh, smooth snow right here and watch this.
For some reason, Austin walks several feet away and picks up a bit of snow from over there.
Now, how did he just walk through that snow and then disturb it? But everything else disturbed. That snow he just walked through ain't messed up at all. It's supposed to be little spots like we see the other one. It makes me wonder. Look, check this out now. If y'all study this slide right here, you will see all of the snow is just smooth as hell right here. And then it start messing up right here. Now, instead of Austin picking up some snow in the smooth part where it wasn't no footprints at, he went and got some snow where it's messed up at in the background. So now this is giving me set vibes. This giving me set vibes. Let me walk off of the set to get some real snow back here. Because guess what, y'all? For all we know, man, they might not even be in Antarctica at all. And I know y'all gonna think that's a reach. But I'm going to tell y'all what's a bigger reach. If Sanchez went live and said, look, y'all, I was in Antarctica with my shirt off, y'all will bust out laughing. No. He said, bro, you went in Antarctica with your shirt off, you would be dead right now. Right? Now, you think that's a reach. But when I say ain't no way, you would probably say, bro, you went in Antarctica. So I wouldn't be mad at you. Just like this, if I see a picture like this, if I say, ain't no way y'all in Antarctica, look at these people ain't got on no big coats or nothing. Even the people that got the coats on, they got on little windbreakers. They're dressed like they're going to doggone Birmingham, Alabama in the wintertime versus Antarctica. I'm going to tell you right now, you can't even dress like this in Buffalo, New York, people. I know what I'm talking about. If you is in Buffalo, New York during the wintertime, you ain't wearing none of this stuff you see on the photo. You finna be bundled up in North Face gear. So if you telling me that you outside in Antarctica with no shirt on, then you telling me something that Chat GPT is warning against. I got on Chat GPT, y'all. I told Chat GPT, get what I said? I said, listen, Chat GPT, I got a video idea for my YouTube channel. I want to go to Antarctica and record myself shirtless. Health-wise, can you guarantee my safety? And I was just trying to see if Chat GPT would back up a lot of these survival sites, right? But it said recording yourself shirtless in Antarctica can pose significant health risk, even if only for a short time. The extreme cold in most areas can lead to serious conditions like frostbite, hypothermia in minutes or even seconds. People, we talking about Antarctica. This is the coldest place on Earth, right, y'all? It say, depending on the temperature and wind chill, it say, while it's possible to undertake such a challenge, it is possible. It requires thorough preparation. This the part I want to talk about, because I watch a lot of survival videos. And then what I'm saying is, it ain't impossible to go to Antarctica with your shirt off. But what I'm telling you is, everybody in this photo is not a Navy SEAL. Sanchez, why you bringing up Navy SEALs? Bro, it take training to be in these kind of cold temperatures with little gear. It takes real mental and physical training. I'm telling y'all now. And ain't none of them got the kind of, bro, this is something that'll be a challenge to a Navy SEAL. And they just smiling with their shirt off as if Antarctica's something to play with. That's why people don't take it serious. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Bro, did any of them pull out a thermostat while at Antarctica?
We didn't get no thermostats pulled out.
Yeah, it was 18 degrees.
Okay, so they did pull it. They pull out one. My bad.
According to Witz's live stream, he put it up on his phone, showing that he was actually in Antarctica, and he showed the temperature 18 degrees. However, Duffy mentioned on several occasions that it was overcast. Like Witsit had some suspicions about Duffy and everything, according to the fact that the Globers ended up there a day earlier. When they got there, when they was about to leave, they was told they could only pack one bag. And then when they get there with their one bag packed, all the Globers had extra shit. And then they told them that they was allowed to bring extra shit. When Duffy set up his internet, it took them like 18 hours since they was there before they actually got the Wi-Fi password. Now, what I wanted to say about the video, Bro Sanchez, and I don't want to sound like somebody who was on their side or riding with it or whatever, but that video that you showed, it was altered to make it look like Witsit was using the bait to create moisture coming from his mouth. He talked about the idea that it's dry over there, so it's not that much moisture. And there were times when him and even Jeran was in certain lights or whatever, or certain shades, and you could see their breath, and more so after drinking, he said hot tea or whatever, when he added the moisture. But they are clearly, and he was saying that it is Globers. It's actually Globers that debunked what this video is showing. It showed on his live stream that Witsit was not using his vape to intentionally say that, look, I got Brett because of my vape, because he had Brett coming from his mouth before that. Sometimes you could see it, sometimes you couldn't. Now, as far as the picking up the snow thing, he went to get his gloves, because I was on his live stream at that time. He went to get his gloves, and he walked back because he said that the snow was, they had more snow that wasn't compressed away from his computer than it was by his computer. But then when he dropped the snow, he even had the thought that people was gonna say, why you just didn't pick up the snow right there? And he realized there was a pile of snow that he could have picked up, and he picked it up and he showed him.
Wait. Who forgets that I'm standing all around snow and I could have just grabbed some? Yeah.
It's not that he forget. It's not that he forgot. It's just that they walk in a lot of places. Like what they're saying is that in some places the snow is so compact that you probably wouldn't leave a footprint or whatever. And
I'm
there's
not.
other places where you can pick
You know what?
snow.
You know what? Okay, let's watch this video and let me show you what I'm talking about. Just watch this video.
I'm saying that video is altered, Bro Sanchez. That's what I want to say. This video
altered by who? Altered by who?
It must be Globus, because I don't think flat earthers
How do you
would do
wait?
that.
Still, slow down. Stop a second. Okay. Who told you it's altered? What's your proof is altered,
Because
and who did it?
Listen, you can. What they did was they went to the live stream. This is a Glober, right? McKeegan, I think his name is. McKeegan showed his live stream showing that the moves that Austin took was not the move. In other words, the video that you seen.
I'm not about to play the vape gate with Austin. I'm about to play something else right now.
No. I'm just saying that video was used to
Which one
to bring
specifically?
out the
Which one?
the one with Eric debate voice. So it got me even wondering if that's really Eric debate.
So you telling me Eric Dubé took the Globe Earthers TFE video and edited it some kind of way?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying.
My bad.
I trust Eric Dubé. What I'm saying is that video has already been debunked to be altered to
by
make it
the
look
Globers.
like Witsit by the Globers to make it look like Witsit was and like I said, I don't think it's because you got to think about it. Even the Globers have to deal with the idea that people saying is fake. You know what I'm saying? So when that video right there is used to make it look like Witsit,
well, you know, it's two different videos. You got two different.
I looked at the Globers live feed showing that the time when what's his name went to the camera was not the time that he took the vape. He showed that the vape happened way before that.
Listen. That what I'm telling you is I'm not even really hopping on the vape gate like everybody else. That's a big thing to the community. That ain't really what got me. What got me was the video of Mactoon. That's a whole nother video, and I'm about to play that one now. This video of Mactoon.
I want to see his video. I want to see that because I've never seen nothing from him because I want to stay away from him because there are some things that the altercation that went on with him and this and that. But go ahead.
Watch this.
Bro, can I say something to you too, bro?
I got you. I got you. Pay close attention to this video right here. Look at this man's feet when he walk on this snow. Because I heard what you said that is softer in certain areas than in other ones. We can't use that here because look at my mouse pointer, y'all. Let me see, can I get my mouse over here? Now, if you look at where my mouse pointer is at, this got footprints in it. Y'all see that? This snow got footprints all in it where he at, right? Now, this part right here, where he walking at, that ain't got no footprints. You would think if the snow right next to it got footprints, once he walk on this fresh snow, ain't nobody walk, we should get footprints like when they was walking over here. But let's see what happened. People, that's crazy. I don't care what nobody say. This is when I said some ain't right. Ain't no way. Ain't nothing happening to the ground. It's almost like they on some kind of glass and the glass is making a TV of the snow or something. I don't know. I don't want to reach. But even if you look at the footage hard enough, you can see this little grainy pattern that's going in a different direction of the snow. Like it's going horizontal like the print that's on money. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's like a fingerprint type dealy going right
like
here.
Somebody laid the snow down.
You know, it's like these
it's
little
going like
rips.
sideways.
Yeah, like these little ripples.
Longitudinal.
Like window blinds, yeah.
Hey,
and it's like,
Sanchez.
it's something about this that ain't right. It's almost like he's on some glass and the glass is like a big ground TV screen that's showing snow. But I can be reaching, but how else am I going to explain him walking there and it just doing nothing? Even if you say, well, the snow hard, it's still going to leave something. Mactoon weigh at least 200 pounds.
Right, like, and I get you with what you're saying, bro. Like, my whole thing was I just want to point out that Wixit also did a video where he's debating a guy. I think this guy's some type of pastor or something. And he what he did was because I think he's somewhat of a flat earth. I'm not sure. I think he is, but he was just bringing up. He went through a whole PowerPoint presentation as to everything that people was talking about the video that suggests that they was staging it and this and that, and he broke everything down. As far as the snow, like I said, their claims was, there's places that are leave footprints, there's places that wasn't. They had a whole marathon over there, and not only were they talking about footprints that was in certain places and it wasn't, but even people who was running, you couldn't really see their breath unless it was in a certain light. Now, for me, like I said, it's like if it was fake, like I would want them to expose the fact that it's fake because it's going to have flat earthers wondering again, is there really a 24-hour sun in Antarctica? Because they wouldn't have to fake it. What Witcher said is that he could never find, there was never a video showing the 24-hour sun. And when they did finally put a video on that, it was cut out. It was some cuts and shit, and it was edited. You know what I'm saying? Which is his whole reason for taking the
Yeah,
trip.
what said is right. One of the motivators behind Jeran and Witsit, I give them that. I ain't gonna lie, just because I think they traitors. One of the things is, out of all of the 24-hour sun footage on the internet, it's obvious all been edited and somehow doctored. And even both sides agree with that. This is why this made this final experiment so big, because they was like, well, we're gonna go ourselves since no one's accepting, because flat earthers was putting out footage, globals was putting out footage, and people was having this, well, I ain't taking your footage type back and forth thing. And that was one of the things with the 24-hour sun with the flat earthers. They was like, well, how do we know it's even a 24-hour sun? We got to believe your video. And I don't think they dummies for that, because you can fake a lot of stuff today online. And people were finding a lot of fake 24-hour sun videos, which what made a lot of hype around the final experiment, because people was like, well, we can trust Jeran, right? We can trust Witset, right? So my whole thing is, this something y'all got to think about, and I'm going to yield the flow. Do y'all think...
Hey, bro. Oh, go ahead.
Do y'all think, right, in the history of all this time we've been technological in America, let's say since the 40s. Now listen, we got footage of the sun from space. We got footage of other galaxies. We got footage of stuff that we never thought we would see, right? But we don't have footage of a 24-hour sun, right? I want y'all to hear me out. The Pentagon ain't got it. The Army ain't got it. The Air Force ain't got it. NASA ain't got it. I want y'all to hear me out. But this rich pastor come along in 2024 after all these decades, and finally Earth has gotten 24-hour sun footage of Antarctica. That's something to think about, man.
Thank you, bro. I was just getting ready. That's why I was asking about how can they film the sun for 24 hours? And NASA don't got. That's what I was going to say. NASA don't got one.
Think about this, my brother, my brother Mathematics. Mathematics. Thank you. Right now, NASA said that I remember we used to go and laugh. They got 24-hour live stream footage of the sun from space, from the satellite in space. So my thing is, why can't y'all satellite that's right there by the sun right now, showing us sunspots pop and stuff, right? Why can't it turn around and look at the Earth? And why can't we see the 24-hour sun from space? Listen, better yet, why can't we see the 24-hour sun in Antarctica from the ISS? You mean to tell me this pastor had to come and do it before NASA?
That's how you know it's fake, brother.
Hey, Sanchez, can you do me a favor? Can you open up a link and go to the website?
Check this out.
It's called go to greenrangerstudios.com real quick.
What are we looking for?
It's a 360 green screen room.
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay, check this question out.
About to blow the lid.
Check this question out while you ponder that, bro.
This is where they did it at. I'm putting y'all on.
Bro, Sanchez, I want you to ponder this question right quick.
Say the
site.
Okay.
Click that 360 where they can give you the view.
What it's called?
Green screen. It's called Green Ranger Studios.
Go ahead. Maswell, go ahead.
Look, check this out, bro. All right, them guys argued us up and down when we gave them pilots flying over the sun and backed it with the Hebrew cosmos. Now you tell me a 24-hour sun? Come on, bro. What's up with all this, man? This is crazy, bro. Go ahead, bro. This is just,
You
man,
know,
They desperate, bro. They desperate, man. That was
I'm
a
gonna
whole
tell
that
y'all.
lets you know that globals are desperate.
I'm gonna tell y'all
Go ahead.
what I don't like about this the most. Right now, a lot of flat earthers said there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, and it ain't the real sun. It is everyone projecting their own sun and their own personal virtual dome. I know Jake the asshole teaches that too. Now listen, the globalists is laughing at that idea. They saying, so you telling me the sun we see in Antarctica ain't the real sun, it's some kind of projected sun? And basically the flat earthers are saying, yeah, y'all, it's refraction. Now here's what I don't like about that. They laugh at the flat earthers that said the sun they saw was refraction, because if we're on a flat earth, a lot of people say we shouldn't see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And a lot of flat earthers explain it by saying you don't see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. You see refraction. Now watch this. The globe earthers make the exact same argument when we see the Chicago skyline. They say you don't see the Chicago skyline. That's just refraction. Now tell me which one more believable, y'all. That the stuff we seeing in the sky may not be solid objects, just or Chicago skyline ain't a solid object. Now, if you get in a boat, you telling me you ain't gonna run into a real city, that it's a refraction city. It's more believable, right, that the Chicago skyline is a real city than it is that the sun in Antarctica is the real sun. I'm sorry. I would believe that I'm experiencing refraction before I believe that I'm experiencing refraction when I see this Chicago skyline. So you got the same exact argument. And my point of bringing it up was, if y'all can use it, we can use it. Because when we use it, it actually makes most sense that an object in the sky that is light-based is not solid versus a whole city ain't solid.
Flawless.
Hey, but
victory.
dig this. When you say your own sun, right? That's true too. It's kind of deeper than just an object. All right, say we both got sunroofs, right? The sun is in the middle of your sunroof. You on the right side of the expressway, and the sun is coming through my sunroof. We going opposite directions. The sun is gonna stay in the middle of my sunroof, and it's gonna stay in the middle of your sunroof. That's just how it worked. The sun, everybody do have their own sun, but y'all keep building.
So, and I'm tired of Jeran trying to play victim and play baby. And quite frankly, if he's no longer a flat earther, then guess what? Move on and quit talking about flat earth. Because I'm going to tell you something about a man that's scorned. You will see a man with a woman, right? And that man will break up with that woman and he'll act like she ain't nothing. He'll talk so much crap about that woman when he break up with her. And he say, I don't care about her, man. She's stupid anyway. But you will find out he's still talking about that woman a year later. And yet the homies will have to tell him, bro, if you really don't care about that woman and you glad you broke up with her, leave her. Why you keep talking about her? She moved on. She ain't studying you. If Jeran moved on, you no longer a flat earther. Leave us alone. Hey, move on with your life. Guess what Jeran said in the video? It really doesn't matter if the earth flat. My son can live on it and just know it's beautiful. So that means you retiring from the debate. Cool. Then we shouldn't see you making a bunch of videos responding to flat earthers, trying to go back and forth with them. Move on. Move on. You see, don't be like the dude that don't want to move on and act in scorn. That's, go ahead, brother.
Hey, bro, I don't want to interrupt, but
no, you good.
Jeran ain't a flat earther no more. That's what he said.
Oh, he's no longer flat earther.
Yeah.
I'll let y'all. You know what? If y'all want to read it yourself, you can. I read it earlier, and I don't feel like reading.
I'm gonna tell you
again,
something though, bro. I already knew that it was going there. I don't know if I remember I told you one live about them talking about some other like type of energy that makes up gravity Like that should. And I'm sitting there like, these motherfuckers is making their own shit. Know what I mean? That's when I already knew that these motherfuckers was compromised.
And my whole thing, and yo, no profanity, y'all, for real. Hey, check this out, right? Here's my thing about Jeran. He's trying to make it like, because I'm saying I'm not a flat earther, they're about to come out to me and call me names and stuff. And my thing is, bro, you didn't have to come out and say you want a flat earther. You could have just not been one. You wanted that smoke for real. Like, I don't like how people trying to baby this man and act like he a victim when he the one came back from Antarctica lashing out on the community. You know, that's how I see it. But yeah.
Wait up, did he say he went to Antarctica?
Hold up, bro. Where you been?
Bro, I'm lost, bro.
Where you been, bro?
Yeah, bro. Like, put me up, bro. Like, I'm lost. What the fuck happened? Fill me in, bro.
Fill me in, man. The final experiment.
The final experiment. Back in December.
Hold up, that was Jeran?
Yeah.
That was Jeran. That was Whitson.
He was the famous flat earther that said it's a globe now. That was Jeran.
So they said they filmed the 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
That's the footage I'm showing
right
here.
They gotta go. They already knew they was clowns. I knew they was clowns, bro, but now...
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, because you sounding like you don't believe the footage. That's why I wanted to go early. So you said, because I noticed your reaction was, hold up, they said they filmed the 24-hour sun. You're saying ain't no way, it gotta be fake, correct?
It is. It's definitely fake.
And that's the flat earth community is divided up 50-50 right now on the flat earthers that's saying it's fake versus the ones saying it's real, but it don't stop nothing. The earth's still flat.
Because that's the point. Jeran got rapport with some flat earthers. So him saying that was the whole idea. Like, that was the whole plan. Like, he has rapport with a lot of flat earthers. So if he say that, then a lot of people gonna believe him. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of flat earthers.
Well, I think that's why he's targeted. He's one of these guys that's targeted to do such an experiment. It's almost like if you get to some of the quote unquote top flat earthers who have a lot of followers and all that, let's get them over there and show them a 24-hour sun so they can admit a 24-hour sun. Right. I think the whole idea of the Globers as a whole, including the pastor who decided to pay for this trip for everybody, is that if flat earthers, especially the ones that are on the fence, is going to get the knowledge of it being a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, then they're going to think, or at least with the narrative, we're going to make them think that it proves the globe.
This what you got. Watch this. This what you got to realize too, Beezy. Before the final experiment and the Antarctica stuff, the original narrative, and this was before the 24-hour sun thing, Jeran can't even lie about this one. The original narrative that the flat earthers agreed with, because all the globalists was saying, what would it take for us to prove to you that it's a globe? And a lot of flat earthers was saying, take me to space. I want to go up in the ISS. And people were saying, Sanchez, would you go to space? And all of the globalists like, okay, we're going to do this. They even had the Virgin Mobile thing where they took a civilian up there, but people said we don't trust him because he was, too rich, billionaire, all that, rightfully so. Now, I think that if the globalists really wanted to come with it, they would say, listen, flat earthers, we sending y'all up to space because y'all don't think space real. We going to kill two birds with one stone. The flat earthers who want to go to space, we sending them up on the ISS. You're going to look back and see the earth as a globe. We sending you up. We finna show you it ain't green screen. Now, if that's true, if they can send a monkey on the ISS and put a red car in space, why not just put the world's most famous flat earther in space and then let us scrutinize the footage that he got from space like we do with NASA? But this right here isn't what we asked for. The original narrative was, so if what you flat earthers believe the globe, if we sent you to space, and that was what the whole thing was. A lot of flat earthers was like, yeah, I'll go to space. And my thing is, that's better than this because it literally proves a curve. It ain't a false dichotomy and an observation with an explanation. Explanations ain't facts.
No. Hey, like your boy said earlier, I kind of agree with him. I think this shit infinite for himself. I think the
no profanity,
infinite,
guys.
man.
No profanity. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for himself, Lord. It can go on continuously. No one has ever been able to even go past Antarctica. So they would have to go past Antarctica too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. They went from, man, we'll take y'all to space to we finna go to Antarctica. What? I thought we can only see the curve. They said we can only prove the curve if we get off the ground, but they always proving the curve on the ground. Either space real or not. If so, let a flat earther go up there with you astronauts. Like I said, they put monkeys up there and everything else.
They send the flat earthers up there.
You know what, too, Sanchez? When they launch these rockets, they always go straight up. Why don't they go left or right? If space should be all around us.
So but I will say something too. I'm gonna say something too. If you look at this footage long enough, and you look at the line, the horizon line where the snow meets like the bottom of the mountains, you can see distortions. Now I don't know if that's like some kind of because it's they speeding it up or whatever, but I can really, if I wanted to be picky, I can point out some things about this footage that's fishy.
Yeah, this like you see, that was the main thing. Like anybody who didn't have anything to stand on, whether you're a flat earther or a glober, they at least could say something is wrong with that fucking sun. Excuse me, I wasn't supposed to curse, my bad. But something is wrong with the sun. A lot of people were saying, bro, in everybody's comments is that the sun looked fake. It don't look like at times is where it should be according to their live streams or whatever. So it's like, I don't know. I'm starting to think that this whole thing was basically a plot to discredit some well-known flat earthers who have a lot of followers.
It was. That's all it was, man. It was an inside job all along, and it's just time for us to, admit that, be mature about that. Communities are infiltrated all the time, and ours ain't special, and it ain't that special about ours. I want to say hold on. To the people who sent in cash apps, I want to say appreciate you to Paul Upperman and to D. Allen Warren. Thank y'all for the cash app donations. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
Word is bond. Yeah, I lost thought. Go ahead.
When you find your thought, just grab the mic. Sure. I want to say,
why you got a model?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on, right quick, bro. Do you got a model where it shows the 24-hour sun on a model? Because I'm looking at the model here at my house, right? It still shouldn't be a 24-hour sun on the model they give, regardless. The Earth still turns its back on it, regardless. So if the sun still should have changed some type of spot in their video, they sun is in the exact same spot still, and it don't make no sense to me. But go ahead, you got it.
So let me just say to
you know what? Hey, look, I'm gonna say something funny. Let me just say something funny. They could have been on a stage and the stage was spinning. You see what I'm saying? Like, word. No, I'm bugging y'all.
But hey, bro, Sanchez, you had who was that was supposed to that I guess sent you a link or something to pull up something about some type of studio? I don't think I
did.
Yeah, I couldn't get nothing to pull up though. It wouldn't find at whatever site. Just
this thing.
You have to put the link in the back chat or
It's
something.
just greenrangerstudios.com.
Yeah, it
Yeah, that's what I don't know if you can see that. It's a massive green screen studio.
Is that it?
That's it right there.
Send it to the chat.
All right.
Is that it? That's on the screen, or you showing it through a thing? Nah,
I'm showing on the Zoom.
I'll show it
Hey,
to
his
him.
was weird, bro. His was weird. I was just like, cause I got the stream playing on my TV too, and on my TV, I'm seeing the video that you're showing of the sun going in the air. Man, like that's fucking. I'm sorry, bro. It's crazy because
This
when
is
it
what
gets to
they
a certain
said.
point,
This is what the brother told me to play the video. He said, "Play right here, everybody." And he's saying,
No,
"This
just
is
go to
what
Google Images.
Yeah.
Now this look exactly what we saw, the way it was moving and all that same motion, all that.
Hey, here's the thing, Sanchez. When you playing that video with the Antarctica video that you have up there with the sun moving, like, bro, if you look at it real good, like look at the left side of the sun as it's passing, and try to get a glimpse of the sky. The sky almost look sideways or flat, like, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what's possible, right? It's possible that they use this Green Ranger studio technology, and that's why Whitsett had to walk off of the script to get snow. Because watch this, right? If you're standing in one of these and you're in Antarctica or some place that's cold but not Antarctica, right? Because they had their shirts off, so that's questionable. But you can make snow be on the ground and like if you got this technology, you can make the whole ground into some snow, like what we saw in that video with Eric Dubé when the dude was walking and Mactoon wasn't leaving no footprints in the snow, because they could have been standing on one of these and the only real snow was outside the set. And you say, well, why they got a set up there? Well, the 24-hour sun could have been on this set, and what if it's not a 24-hour sun in Antarctica? What if it's not? See, now a flat earther got to go on that trip themselves to figure it out, because if a globalist try to convince me that it's a 24-hour sun based on a video, the globalist ought to say, hey, man, you don't got to take my word for it. When you get enough money, go see for yourself. Because this is a see for yourself type thing, not believe me because I saw it.
Hey, bro, can I say something real quick? You know what's crazy? I did see the video, though. You hear me? And to be honest with you, I've looked at all of their video. I looked at Jeran's. I looked at the videos before. Bro, I didn't know that was them. You want to know why? They didn't even act like themselves, bro.
Oh, no. That's it. They're actors,
They seem like whole different people.
Bro, these are actors. These are actors. I
them
keep
dudes
telling
are clowns.
IMDb actors. Yeah. They're actors. That's like, I never ever in my life saw this side of Jeran. It's like when people say, man, he playing dumb, he acting dumb. Listen to the words we saying. He's acting dumb. Dude is a real actor. And he know how to act dumb when he, think about this. Jeran wasn't acting like this till he met a rich pastor with millions of dollars. Now, this actor is acting like a mug now. Because for you to act like, for you to do your best acting is to ignore the most truth. That's what real acting is about. So my thing is, Jeran measured it flat. He observed it flat, right?
There is no curvature on Earth.
He said there is no curve. Now he got to do a 180 and say, well, there is a curve. It's just so big you can't measure it, when that was the same argument he been debating for a decade. Now he acting like, oh, I get it now. Boom, my light just clicked on. I was a dumb flat earther. Yeah, that's right. You can't measure the curve because the earth's too big. What? After all these years, it took you that much to get this globe earth basic argument that they've been making? So it's an act, and we got to grow up and remember it is an act. And when we say people acting dumb, yeah, they acting. They're acting. We know Jeran's smarter than that, man. Y'all know that, man. We from the community. People, listen, you got to realize Jeran turn into a different person every time he in front of the mainstream media. Why? Because he don't gotta act with us. All of us flat earthers know that he know the earth is flat. But the world, the millions of Americans, when they meeting a flat earther for the first time like Jeran, he's represent all of us, and they don't know none about Jeran. They ain't sub the globe busters. They don't know his flat earth history and all that. They're getting introduced to a whole nother Jeran that's a dummy, that every time they see him, he failing. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm telling you. When it's time to act, lights, camera, action, dude turn into a dummy. And like, you got to realize, man, either the boy got camera fright where he keep making hit pieces in the mainstream, either money make you dumb, or either the man getting paid to act dumb and play dumb. Now, which one you think I'm gonna go with when he's an actor? I'm gonna go with he's acting dumb, because every flat earther know Jeran ain't this dumb the way he act on Behind the Curve, the way he acting with this Antarctica experiment in front of the big cameras. Everybody know that's an act. And it's time for us to just grow up and accept the fact that our fucking shit has been infiltrated by actors. That's it.
Hey yo, bro, they call that joint crafty council. They done got together for years and years and been studying us. You know what I mean? So they done bought Jeran off, they done bought my boy Whitshit off, and that's that. You know what I mean? Money talk, the BS walk. You know how I go.